everyone, how are you all doing? I can never help but just start bopping to the music. It's so good. I enjoy it. I've had it since I started streaming last year, but I don't know if I could ever change it. I hope you've all been well, though. Hello. Let me go ahead and get those names. Let's start off on YouTube side of things. We have Jake Bob Q. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. And then on Twitch's side of things, let's see here. We have Hollow, we have Con, we have Lazily Excited, Kilo, Rodrigo, Mark's Bumble. I haven't heard that name before. Welcome everyone. Hi. I hope you've all been well. I realized yesterday I said see you next week. I completely forgot I had stream today. But then I ended stream and I realized within the next hour, oh wait, it's still Saturday. I still stream Sunday. So this is a surprise, but a pleasant one, as I'm excited to continue working on my game, especially since, technically speaking, it's required that I at least work on it the 4 to 8 hours, hopefully, each week, at minimum, if I don't get to work on it during the weekend. Hi, Frost. Hi, Eska. Welcome into stream as well. Hi, Eris. I'll be on and off today. I'm still getting comboed by the allergies. Oof. Allergies are never fun. I can certainly say I have big allergy to cat. That's never stopped me. Oh boy, I will go through the sometimes you need a little bit of pain to understand the good things in life. I remember going to a cat cafe for the first time ever interacting with cats, and the next day I couldn't see straight, I couldn't breathe right. It was awful, but it was worth it, and I'd do it again 100 times over as well. Oh my. Let's see here. Only Eris can forget a whole day like Sunday. I forgot it for just a small second. I remembered it again a little bit afterwards. But I did forget about it for a second, a moment in time. But hi, Param. Welcome into stream. Welcome back in. Hello. And she used her evil eldritch powers to delete the day entirely. Full JoJo style. Well, hold on now. I didn't delete it. It was just deleted from my mind momentarily. That's the thing. And well. If it isn't our favorite scammer. Hold on now, Banafi. Who do you refer to? Are you talking about Bobby? He could never. I have no idea whom you could be referring to, Stellist. Welcome to you as well. And Eris is like, I reject your reality and substitute my own. Now, if I could, I would add another day in the weekend for extended weekends. Yes. I would also add an extended month in the year towards the end. So something to go between November and December. If I could decree it, I would. Because can you imagine? Then it wouldn't feel as rushy towards the end of the year. You have like your holidays, and then you have hold on. You have Halloween, and then you turn around, it's like Thanksgiving, and then you turn around again, and then it's like Happy Holidays, Christmas stuff, and then you turn around again, and then it's New Year's. That's too fast. Is it something's happening every single month? I like the slowness of like January, February, March, but then I also forget that time of the year. I can really only remember the end of the year because of how hectic it is. And let's see here. Mo, 2, Wed, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Eris Day. Yeah, I can see it. Well, I wouldn't dedicate it to myself. Hold on now. I'd probably call it Bob Day or Bobby Day. I'd give the credit to him because, a day specifically for Bobby, I'd add it in. And, ooh, Doctor Who reference. King Crimson has deleted your Sunday. I've said this before, I believe I said it yesterday too, but I'm not really big sci-fi. I think maybe you could classify Doctor Who as sci-fi fantasy, kind of, sort of in between those two, but I wouldn't know at all. And JoJo reference, I did read that one as well. Alrighty then, well, since that timer is up, why don't we go ahead and get into things? And, it makes sense, Bobby Day, because he is an octopus, and it's the, sometimes the brilliance of things surprises me, like spellcasting. I didn't even think of that. Oh my, today should be a lot of fun though. I'm very excited. We'll be continuing exactly where we left off yesterday, so we'll just be continuing to work on the calibration for the game. We finished for the most part the ghost. We've added the base feature, so the hope is that today we'll be able to finish up calibration, and if we can, then we'll work on the tutorial. And then, fingers crossed, hopefully I'll be able to fix the bugs during the week, and then you'll be able to play the game online released as the prototype. So we'll see how much we can get done. And here's genius by accident, dirt by choice. Hold on now. Both are by accident. Oh boy, it's like flipping a coin. I have a 50% chance rate. And I'm still very surprised by spellcasting not being intentional. The very first time I heard it, I had assumed it wasn't so integral that I didn't even bother talking about it. The jokes write themselves. I could not tell you where. Well, I could. I just thought, oh yes, typing. You're typing out, and I like magic. I like wizards. So why not add wizards and magic to the game? Yeah. And you have to cast the spells. Yeah. Now it's spell typing. I didn't think of it, but now the thought of it, yeah, 100%. Yeah, intended completely, as you can tell. But that said, though, why don't you all get nice and comfy? Because your joke writes itself. It does. It has a mind of its own. You stay right where you are. Don't move a second, all right? And I'm sure, you know where to be. Just stay right there. I'll be right back, okay? I don't know, how would you call this place? Where are you? Well, really, where are we right now? If I had to question things, I'd say we're in office business building. You've got a bit going on here. You have some elevators that you're waiting on, as it's really the only way out of this building. For some reason, the design and architecture, I don't know what they were thinking, but there's no windows, there's no doors, there's no stairways. Really, it's just you and the elevator, and you're not equipped with any tools that will allow you to also dig through the walls or the floors. Really, it's just you and your hands can't even flip over the plants either, because they're they're nailed to the ground. So the only option you have is to wait. And since you're more or less, you just have to wait. I suppose I might as well take this opportunity, and you can't see me at the moment, so why don't I make myself approachable? Hi, how are ya? Come here often. Oh boy. Perfect. The old elevator trap. There's no trap here. Only nothing faulty is going on here. It is as everything was written in stone. At least Bobby's still employee of the month. Some things never change. It's like SpongeBob. You never change the employee of the month. Now, since you're here, I'm here. Why don't I take a second to talk about my up-and-coming game that I've been working on for the past year or about so, and it's the second game I've ever made, and I'm sure you're quite curious to hear what it's about. And that game would happen to be, hold on, okay, now we're ready. The game happens to be, bam, Necrotype Cafe, a rhythm typing cafe game. Welcome to the elevator pitch, a section I like to do at the beginning of stream where it gives everyone a leveled playing field. If you haven't been here before, or you haven't been here in a while, it gives me a chance to get better at explaining my game in a short amount of time, as well as give you an up-to-date idea on what the game is supposed to be about. So it's a refresher for everyone, you could say. And now this is a strange elevator pitch, considering we rented in the elevator yet, perhaps pre-elevator pitch. Well, the thing is, you're about to go into the elevator, but the elevator hasn't came yet, so you have some time. And if I had to guess, just guessing, I'd say that once that timer reaches 0, the elevator will arrive. So it's like, maybe you could call it a pre-elevator pitch, really, if you really thought about it. And there was a one-time school where I was playing the monk, and it was a horrible day, I tell you, a horrible day. But it's after each 45 seconds, so let's see. Welcome to Necrotype Cafe, a rhythm typing cafe game where you play as Gabriella, a necromancer who's sent by her necromancy family to this prestigious magical wizard academy. But she doesn't want to become a necromancer. No, she wants to become a baker, a chef. So she decides to open up a hidden cafe in part of the school where she serves her fellow wizard customers, her fellow wizard students. The idea is that not only is it a cafe sim, but it's a rhythm typing game. And the rhythm typing portion comes into play in that in order to serve your customers, you have to type to the beat. In this world, magic is created through poetry. So you have to type out poems to different beats and different songs. And the hope is that as you go along in the game, you'll be able to show everyone that you don't have to be a necromancer to be successful in life. You can cook, you can serve people delightful food. And as you go along, you'll unlock more food, you'll unlock more flavors, you'll unlock more spells, hopefully for a fun rhythm time that is my time. Speaking of time, now, granted, I feel like that one, not the best state, but definitely getting better average. I would give that one a 7.5 or an 8. Probably 7.5. I'm feeling more of a 7.5 with that one. With that said, though, I'm sure you're completely sold, aren't you? This is the part where you nod. But you know, if for whatever reason that didn't sell you, why don't I go ahead and show you the current prototype version of the game that's currently right now out on itch that you can play. Oh, wait, and it's getting more unhinged every time? What? No, there's no unhingedness going on. I have no idea what you're talking about at all. It's as orderly as it comes, I tell you. Necrotype, there you go. And there's the link. So if you'd like to play the game yourself, you can. And I'll show you as well the game. But before that, let me get off my business attire. So let me make sure I get off my my suit. And hold on. There we go. It's now been removed. And let me get on my business associate Bobby here. And there he is. He's here. Let's show the day. And with that said, I'll move you into Obsidian here. There you go. And after that, what I can do is, if I click on, let's see, you run game here, as that's where the link will take you to the current prototype version that's up on itch. And if I click on that guy, the game should enable. And then if I go ahead and hide this guy, close this guy, if I then hide you, show you, we should get the game in its full glory. With that said, though, let me show you around how the game currently goes. Now, granted, there is currently a bug in the game, small, minor game breaking, but if you get the bug, if we do get it, I'll show you how to, well, if you do get it, and if it does show its face, I'll tell you how to remove it. It just comes down to the fact that some calibration numbers don't work. So if you get numbers and the game feels like it just doesn't feel right, you can try refreshing the page and that should hopefully fix it. And I do that as well, lovely. And giving her talking speed in the pitch, I kind of expected the elevator music to switch to the beep God, just so fast. And hi, Pixel Tanuki. Hi, welcome in this room. Welcome in. Oh boy, reminds me of when I tried my best to get better at Hamilton raps. With that said, though, let's go ahead and try to do some calibration. So what I'll do is I'll click on start, and let's see, shall we? If I click start here, let's see, space. Also, looks like there's double audio. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Space. 0.084. I don't think that'll give us a bug, but we'll see. And hi, Patricia. Ooh, hold on. Patricia, was it? Or was it that you wanted to be called Pat? I can't quite remember, but welcome into stream, and please correct me if I'm wrong. And hi, Katonic. Welcome into stream as well. Welcome into the both of you. With that said, though, let's see if it does break the game. Hold on. 0.084. I'm just double checking. Let's see if I go here, and then I go to here, and then I go to notes, and then we go to 0.084 seems to give us the bug. So you know what? Let's try again. Let's try the top again. Let's see. Space. Okay, I don't think that'll give us the bug. So we'll go with 0.025. And Vi, I see. We're you, Vi. Was that the name change I do remember? And this calibration isn't nearly fast enough. Soon the calibration will feel like the average gameplay, but since we have the calibration done and ready to go, let's go ahead and give out the tutorial a try. So if I click on levels here, we go into tutorial, you can see this is the game, and here is Gabriella. And if we move around with the arrow keys, we get a customer that spawns. So we'll go ahead and have this customer seated. We'll click on E, and then the customer will find a spot they want to set up. They'll read through their book, figure out what they want to order, and then wave their little arm around to let us know that they're ready to order. It needs to be 1,000 times faster at least. Oh boy. I'll be excited for when I can add a really hard song to the game, but my goal is that I can at least get a perfect once on every single song that's added into the game, to know that it is possible. However, not every developer is good at their game, so I just might have to accept the fact that I just can't get good enough. But we'll see. Oh boy, will we see. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and take the customer's order. So we'll click on E here. And now that the customer has given us their order, let's go ahead and look at it. So if I hold on space, you should see a little menu pop up. And you kind of have a few funny symbols here. You have a green circle going on. You also have this pink guy. You have a purple guy. You also have a sort of white color here as well. And the idea is that in this game, it's represented through flavors, different wizard classes. For example, I am wearing purple because I am a Necromancer, and the purple Necromancy class is associated with the flavor of bitter. That's where the purple comes from. And that pink one there is a custom class we made called the Medimancer. They're supposed to be a healer wizard, and the Medimancer's flavor is sweet. So the idea is that we have to serve different customers the different flavors. In this case, it's a that guy there is not actually a person. It's like a construct. It's like a golem, a wooden golem. That's why it's gray. So if we follow that skull guy over here, we can make a sweet bitter cake. If I go ahead to the bookshelf, we can see sweet. We'll go ahead and grab that flavor. We'll then go ahead and also grab the bitter flavor, and we'll also grab the cake off of the shelf. And once all three guys here are placed onto the table, we can go ahead and start our spellcasting. So that was the cafe sim. Let me show you the rhythm typing portion of the game. So if I go ahead and hold down Q, what you should hopefully be able to see is the tutorial pop up. So the idea is that, like with the calibration, when the letters reach the center, you have to type them. In this case, it's not just spaces, it's the letters this time around. You can see here that there is a meter. Once this meter fills up, the spell is complete. So you want this guy to fill up. However, you don't want that guy to fill up. If that guy fills up, game over. You failed. You lose. This is a tongue-tied meter. It fills up whenever you miss. So if you keep this guy down and this guy goes up, then you win the game. So let's see how well I can do at my own game, shall we? I believe we shouldn't get the bug, since I don't think it was in the range for the bug, but we'll see, shall we? Alright, I'll click close and the game will immediately start. Then I have to go into focus mode. Alright, I'm ready. Let's see. Here we go. W-I-T H space T H R E A D S space O F space T W I L I G H T space A N D. Okay, space G O A T S K I N V I O L E N T space. I am doing it, can't you tell? Oh boy. S-O-C-K-S comma. Yeah, the accuracy of 57 sounds about right. Usually I can get about 80%, so yeah, today was just an off day if I had to guess. But if we click on finalize here, what you'll see is that the cake appears, and we can serve the cake to the customer. And while I like this song, I'm glad you do, Jake. Everything you see here, blah, 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 words. Everything you see here has been created by me. So I've made the music, I've made the art, and I've also done the programming for the game. So anything you see here, you can certainly say it has been made by moi. So thank you. And hi, Grox. Welcome into stream. Welcome back in. And hello. Once we have our cake prepared and ready, let's go ahead and serve it to the customer. Eat it. Delicious. Enjoy. And once they're done eating it, they'll wipe their mouth, they're ready to pay. And once we take the payment, they'll be off and out of here like that. And that is the game in a nutshell. Now, there's more parts that are to be added. For example, I mentioned the ghost earlier in the stream, and we've been working on that for the past few weeks. However, what we'll be focusing on today is not the ghost. We'll be focusing on fixing the calibration screen and seeing if we can figure out why it's broken. I mentioned that bug earlier, so we'll see if we can even touch the bug today. Though I don't know if my skill level currently will allow me to learn how to rhythm game thingamajiggies, but we'll see. Not only will we do that, but we'll just make sure our calibration screen is working. Cause if I bring you into our main menu here, well, not main menu, if I exit out of this guy, I go ahead and mute this guy here, let me show you what the current build in Godot is looking like. So if I show this guy, hide this guy, I bring you into this guy here, and then I were to click on the play screen here, you should be able to see something's a little bit off, just a little bit. If I click on you here, click on you here, click on you here, you should be able to hear the game. Yep, okay. And if I click on calibration, just watch for a second. So now that you know what calibration looks like, let's see. So far, so good. You press the button as it comes onto screen. That makes sense? So far, so good. It's working out. So far. Until it doesn't. And that's what we'll be doing today. Trying to figure out why. Oh, no, hold on. That's a breakpoint. Never mind. Hold on. That's not a genuine stop. That was the game telling me that I told it to stop there. And it works flawlessly. What do you mean? I'm telling something's off about it. I'll let it play again now that we remove the breakpoint. And hi, cool dude. Welcome into the stream. Welcome in. And this game looks so cool for real. Well, thank you. I'm glad you like the idea of it. I'm hoping that it'll release next year. However, no promises can be made. But I realize I'm still very much a beginner. This is the second game I've ever made. So I realize that the time I think it will take to do something is a lot longer. So if I think it'll take 1 month, I gotta triple that number to like 3 months to give myself a little bit of wiggle room. So far, it's working though. This is the expected result. We want this to keep looping forever because we're not giving any input. You can see, it's so far, so good. Music is happening, the notes are looping, we're good to go. until a certain funny thing happens, that happens. And we're going to try to see why that happens. And I couldn't tell you at the moment the why, but that is currently how this system is breaking. To give you a better idea of what's going on. Hopefully that fills you in. And with that said, let me go ahead and enable the music again. Oh my. And I got stuck in like 4 times. Oh, did I miss something earlier from Eska? Hold on, let me scroll up here. Oh, I see. I did read that. Lovely. And an adorable antic, amusingly oh boy, that's a lot of A words. What is it called? Automatopoeia, I think. Adorable, antic, amusingly, and aesthetically, an audience, and accidentally, absentmindedly advancing an aggression, absolutely. Huh? My head! Oh boy, it reminds me of the letter, what is it, the ABC rap as well. And what was the first game you made? Well, Jake, I can do this, exclamation itch. And it should bring you into the itch there. The first game I ever made was a game I made in 24 hours, and it is called Starry Sky Scramble. And you can also give that a try. And when I say 24 hours, I don't mean I made this in a day. Anytime I worked on the game, I started a timer. That's how that worked there. Oh, alliteration, yes, alliteration. Automatopoeia, I think, is the sound of words then. The kaboom, kablammy. Is that onomatopoeia? And I think he was referring to the alliteration I wrote, I see, got ya. That makes more sense, it does. You can see down here, Scramble. So you can also give that game a try. So I'm currently working on Necrotype Cafe. This was the first game, Scary Scramble. These both were made in Godot. And you can see this console cafe simulator. I am a dropout of college. I went to college for game development, so computer science. However, I didn't enjoy the curriculum. I felt like I wasn't learning what I needed to, so I ended up dropping out. But before dropping out, I did this final project here. So I made this project, and since making it, I decided that I will make my own games. So this console cafe simulator here is then turned into Necrotype Cafe, so that you can consider this the 1.0 idea, and Necrotype Cafe is the expanded idea of it, where we type to serve customers. That was the whole synopsis of it. And hi, Fontanian Waters, welcome in the stream, welcome in. With all of that said, let me bring you back into Obsidian here. And advancing and aggregation absolutely is so catchy. I'll be keeping it in my brain for later. It sounds so Darkest Dungeon. I tried Darkest Dungeon out, but it was very dark. And it was very dungeony, and I should have expected it, but it was quite grim. Oh boy! So if we're looking here, what issue are we getting? It seems to be the case, and there's a lot going on here. We'll see if we can figure it out. Hi, Quo, welcome in the stream. Hello, and welcome in. Hi. Let's see. If I scroll up here and we go to our it should be here, I believe, where our prints happen at, and we're looking for the print. Here we are. So the first number here is the note spawn time. Second number here is the position of the song. Third number here is the spell string length. And the confusing part is that it seems to be the case it starts spamming it. This doesn't look right. We should not have this many notes here. And if we scroll all the way up, it'll show you, let's see, up here. It should look like this. Very few notes, very few numbers. It should look like that. But then something happens, and then something happens a lot. Some data's getting added that shouldn't get added at some point in time. So that's what we'll be trying to do to figure out and fix and see if we can. And me when the Darkest Dungeon is dark and dungeony. It's scary, I tell you. It's scary. And Darkest Dungeon wasn't a game I could get with, Darkest Dungeon wasn't a game I could get with too well, but I'll give it more time in the future since I feel I didn't give it enough time. Yeah, that's the thing too. Sometimes some games, I feel like I judge a little bit too quickly, but there's other times where I can immediately tell the feel they're going for, but by then it's too late and I'm already trapped into the game and now I've sunk countless hours into it only to realize, did it ever mean anything? However, the good news is that I did get my time out of the game. I did get my money's worth because I did enjoy it while I did play it. Maybe I can't finish the game, or maybe it's not a game loop that has a lot of replayability, but for the time I spent sitting down and dedicating hours to it, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, and that's what I want to do. I want to make games like that where, at the very least, once you finish playing it, even if you complete the 100%, that you do feel satisfied. It leaves you with a nice feel, even if you can't play it over and over again. And hopefully it can still give you that nice warm feeling of, yeah, I remember that game. That was pretty fun. I didn't play it a lot, but that was pretty fun. That's the hope we're going for. That said, though, what we need to look at, and what I think is the issue at the moment, is something to do with this guy. And this guy here is the note spawn times. So somewhere along the line, our note spawn times is getting affected, and that's no good. That's no bueno. So my question then is, maybe if we remove the note spawn time first, what does that help at all? Where are we adding to our note spawn time? Because clearly it's getting added, and it keeps getting added, and it keeps getting added, and it just goes over and over again. So somewhere here, we're adding it, and to check where our note spawn time is being used at, what we can do is, if I go back to it, we'll do double click on this guy, and then we'll do control F, and we can see immediately right there, append. We use it 10 times in here. And are the calibration spells being deleted once they pass the circle thingy? They are being deleted, yes indeed. Once they reach a certain endpoint, so if I go here and I go and open up our key listener, I can actually show you. Key listener, this guy here. You can see if I enable this here, that we have some points. And the idea is that once it reaches about this point here, so it's a mirror version of this, if it gets to about this point, it deletes itself. So it should automatically clear itself out. There shouldn't be a need for filtration since it already does it built into the game. However, it's the idea of not the deleting part that's confusing or concerning, it's the adding part. The hope is that it only adds to the end of the song. You can see here there's 45 seconds in, then there's 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 7 seconds. They should always go in order. It should look something like this, where you can see 15, 17, 19, all the way to 45. That looks right. This is fine. This is a-okay. What's not a-okay is when it starts adding the numbers afterwards, like this 5 and 7 and 9. That's no good. That's no good at all. So to figure out how to do it, let's see here. I'm wondering, maybe if we do get to the end of the screen, instead of adding it, maybe we just restart the game. Maybe instead, if it happens to be the case that the song finishes and the player is not able to calibrate properly, maybe it just restarts itself until the player is able to do it. So instead of this refresh calibration notes, if we can't finish it, we just restart the game again. I think that might work better than just trying to extend the game. We just say, oh, you didn't do it? Do it again. I think that'll work out a lot better than, oh, you didn't do it? That's okay. We'll keep going until you get it right. No, this will be, do it again. I think that might work out a little bit better than trying to add on to what we have. So what we'll do then is we'll say, here is if up here, if calibrating, we're not going to refresh it. No, we don't need to refresh it. We're not going to, and we don't need to at all. What we're going to say is instead, if the game is over, so this guy here, if the game is over and if we're calibrating, then return false. So this guy here, what we need to check is if we have our calibration good to go. And what we can see is, let's see, enter calibration, exit calibration. Calibration will be exited if calibration is set to full. So where are we using this exit calibration at? We're using it here on calibrate automatic calibration. If the calibrate automatic calibration isn't working, or if we, let's see, if calibration size is less than required samples, then we don't need to end the calibration. We keep going until the calibration size reaches the required samples. That's what should happen here. So what I'm thinking is that if the song ends, so if calibrating, what we're going to say then is to start the calibration again and just loop it again. And hi, Epic, welcome into stream, welcome in, and keep going. You get to, oh yes, I did, right? I did. I wanted to announce a little bit later in the week, but we did just reach 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So a special thank you to people who have subscribed on YouTube as well. I can certainly say this has been over a year of me doing the streaming portion of it, but this time, around this time last year, we reached 1,000. So somehow, some way, within 1 year, we were able to go from 1,000 subscribers to 5,000, and I just couldn't be more grateful. So to you that are watching live, especially from YouTube side of things, or just if you're subscribed in general on YouTube, thank you, Liza. You've made this year one to remember, and I'm hoping to have a lot more years like this as well. And can you show some art of your game? Sure, Lex. Unfortunately, and welcome by the way, unfortunately, I can't show too much just because the game itself is still in prototype, but I can show you some of it. Technically speaking, I can, the thing is a lot of these things are subject to change, but I can show you a few portions of it. For example, let's see here if I can do a few things. If I click here, I can show you the main casting or spell casting area. This is the main character, Gabby here. You can see a lot of it is just, hold on. Okay, you know what, game? You saw nothing. It didn't happen. If I don't say it didn't happen, it's okay. What we can do as well is go into the cafe. You can see a lot of it here. A lot of the area is blank at the moment because it's still in prototyping. The hope was just make something that I would be okay with looking at. So it doesn't have to be boxes exactly. It can be a little bit decorating with the character here. So she will get a rework soon. But for now, I added this placeholder for her. You can, if I go over here to the back area, there is currently a few, again, just temporary spots. You can see there's a trash can here, bit of a bookshelf, as well as the objects that you can spellcast with. I can also spawn in a few customers. Again, these are temporary prototypes as I want to do them more in detail, but I can spawn in the 2 customers we have. We have this customer, which is our placeholder Necromancer guy, so you can go on your merry way. And I can also spawn in a temporary or a placeholder for our Necromancer, which is the 2nd class. They have a little bit of a different hairstyle and different color. But we have these 2 guys as well. And we also have recently added in our ghost. And our ghosts are a ghost of the past, you could say, in the sense of that they're the way the ghost looks is the way the old customer used to look. So the customer got a refresh, a reprise, but the ghost still looks like the old version of the game. But this ghost guy here as well is older, but just still art the game. So there's a few parts that have been added and a few parts that haven't been colored. I can even show you, for example, here, if I go here, if I click on this guy, this is also a cookie. So you can see the cookies here. And I can pick up the cookies, serve it to the customer is eating. So there's a few bits of art, a few bits of animation. Not a lot at the moment because I'm focusing on getting the game to work. But once we are able to complete it, once it's good to go, I'm hoping it'll be fun to add a lot of art and everything, as there was once upon a time when there was a lot more art. But then I realized everything's subject to change, especially when you're in the beginning stage of the game. Or in the beginning stage of developing a game, that it's not worth it to get 100% invested, since you might have to change it later. And we can also grab this cookie here, which is just a recolor of the other cookie, and serve it to the customer here. There you go. And they also have a little bit of a small eating animation. So hopefully that tickles your fancy a little bit. It's not all the game has to offer at the moment, but it is all of the art currently in the game until we can figure out more, until we can figure out this calibration, which was the concern at the moment, that this guy here is broken. And if the player can't calibrate, how can they play the game if it won't work properly? So that's the hope we're doing at the moment. So with that said, let me go ahead and close this guy. Let me enable the music so that we can listen to the music again. And with that said, I want to restart the game if you get to the end and you still haven't calibrated properly. That's what I want to do. So instead of this idea of, let's see, we have exit calibration, spellcasting minigame, nope. We're looking for our, attempt spawn, nope. Calculate, nope. We're looking for, and I don't remember the name of it, so we can't search it, unfortunately. But let's see. Process, refresh notes. Where are we using refresh notes? I want to remove the other one. Yes, refresh calibration notes. Let's remove this. I don't think we'll need it. I don't think it'll be required. We'll remove that guy because we're going to just say, if we get to the end of the song and you're still not done calibrating, just do it again. Start the calibration over. So to do that, what we'll do is say our start spellcasting calibration, where we at start spellcasting minigame. We're looking for start calibration. So enter calibration. Yes, indeed. So if it happens to be the case that we ended the song has ended, then we're just going to enter calibration again. And I'm hoping that'll fix it. And hello, how's it going? Hi, chat. Welcome into stream. Welcome into things not working the way they should, but it's okay. We'll get there eventually. But welcome in. We're picking up exactly where we left off yesterday with trying to see if we could figure out the calibration. And why fix the problem when you can just delete it entirely and pretend it doesn't exist? Well, the thing is, I didn't think calibration was important to my game, and then I learned that calibration was important to my game. And it's a lesson learned. I didn't know that the rhythm game genre was a difficult one to get into, or at least if you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend making a rhythm game in the same way that people say, don't make an RPG as your first game, because there's a lot involved with it. You have to do a lot, and especially with a rhythm game, you have to know about music. I didn't think I would start learning music until maybe a few years once I got a few games under my belt, but I have to learn how to understand music because I'm making a rhythm game. And you would think, or maybe you wouldn't think, because I didn't think, but it's important to know how music works so you can make a music game. So I've only learned this just now. And hi Sandoval, welcome into stream. Welcome back in. Hi. So let's see. we're looking for our restart here. And hi, Agape. Welcome into stream as well. Welcome in. Welcome in the both of you. So let's see here. On music player finished, if calibrating, we're going to say, do that. Enter calibration again. If we're calibrating, enter calibration. That's that. Let's see if it fixes it. If it does the thingy with the thingy, and if it how well it does. You need to know music for a game based around music? I thought I could just find music online and just plug and play. I didn't think I'd have to do too much since I've always heard the thing of, and I'll click on start while we're waiting for this to see if it breaks again, but I've always been told you don't have to be a jack of all trades when it comes to game development. You don't have to make all of the art for a game. You don't have to make all the music for a game. So I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to focus for this game around getting better at the art aspect and also getting better at the programming aspect. I'll just find music to use since so it's not working. We do know that part. But I thought to myself, I won't do it all because doing it all can also get overwhelming too. However, you realize at some point in time that it is a good idea to at least get familiar with the 100% all of the aspects. That way, if you do tell someone or someone else comes into the team and it's nice to know what their job requirements are going to be, at least once going through it. I don't know if the next time I make a game, if I'll do the music, but at least I will know what goes into making songs and the usual inspirational discourse about rhythm games. Oh boy, and start with the highest difficulty game and become a master. Pro tip, the thing is, there are some people who are able to do RPGs for their first game, and they do well. The struggle comes from the fact that depending on your motivation levels, depending on how easily you get frustrated and how well you can pick things down, put things down and pick them back up, because it's so hard as your first one, a lot of people just stop trying because it's too hard. And those people might have had a better chance at continuing their game development journey had they done an easier game as their first one and then did the RPG. So there's a lot of the idea of just, there's some people out there who could be game developers in big leagues at the moment if they decided not to give up in the moment. And my first game was an RPG in batch, quests, NPCs, inventory, combat, etc. Ooh, I would love to do an RPG soon. I definitely think it could be fun. And the trick is to just smash your head into the wall until it works. That is the tried and true method. I have heard that one before. If you can't outsmart it, you gotta out HP it, out armor it. Gotta be tougher. That is certainly a saying. I'm waiting for it to, well, hold on. We're now running into the issue of, okay, my guess then is, if calibrating, enter calibration. The music hasn't finished yet. What if, right, we do it based on the amount of notes in the game? So what we're running into, the issue is that there is more song than there are notes to play. So what I'm thinking is, maybe if we add for every single note there is until they're equal. So in our enter calibration, what'll have happen is this guy here, we have start spellcasting minigame. I want to grab, and let's see here, calibration spell, current spell. Yes, indeedy. I want to set our calibration. Let's see here. What I want to do is say, how can we say this? Var spellcasting string. Oh, that's not how you do it. Spellcasting string. I'm gonna say it's a string. Or no. Spellcasting string. Spellcasting spell note length. How about that? Note length. Var note underscore length. It's going to be length. That's not how you spell. And length. There. Spell note length. We're going to do an int here, and then I'm going to set that int equal to our current spell. So current spell dot note. There should be like a note amount or something. Let's see if we can click on this guy here. Oh, what's the gist on our note stuff? We have set points, combine all, points all verse. No, we don't need the spell then. We need to know what the notes do. So maybe we do instead our current map then. So current map, let's see here. We'll do our map parser dot calibration map dot note. Let's see, dot notes. Does that work? Is that the one we're looking for? We're looking for the amount of notes that happen. So let's see, map list, calibration map. In our map, we have notes, which is an array, yes. And we want to get the length or the size of the notes. So let's go into, let's see here, enter calibration. Nope, we want to go to there. So we're going to do calibration map dot notes dot size. We grab the size, and once we have the size, then we do for, and we do for, how can we say this? I want to add as many notes as there are in the song. That's what I want to do. And hi, ATN, welcome to the stream, welcome in. And hello, how are you doing today? I'm doing wonderfully. I'm very excited since I feel like we're getting somewhere slowly but surely, and I hope you're doing well as well. And brute forcing goes concrete smashing noises. As is the wall with an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. So let's see here. We'll do for note in note underscore length. That doesn't seem right. L-E-N-G-T-H. I see. L-E-N-G-T-H. G-T-H. There we are. Note length. L-E-N-G-T-H. Note length. For note in note length, what we're going to do, and we're also going to say a var for spell string. We're going to say that one, and it's going to be a string, and then we're going to equal it to you here. And then we're going to say for note and note length, we're going to do spell string, and then we're going to plus equal, and we're going to add a space. And then after that, what we're also going to say is then, and why are you yellow? What's the yellow? Do I use this somewhere else? Ah, it's a shadow variable. I see. New spell string. That's what we'll say then. New spell string, and note length, and then we'll say amount. So we'll just rename them. Note length A-M-O-U-N-T. Note length amount. And from there, what we'll have, what we'll say is then, this new spell string, we'll then add it here. So for you and you, we now need to grab our spell string. So where are we setting the spell string at? If we do our start spell casting, let's see here, where are we setting it at? Spell string equals current spell dot all verses. So what we'll say then is we'll go back up to here, and our current spell all verses, if we go to where we were, let's see our enter calibration, are all spell verses. So our current spell, so map parser calibration map dot all verses. Hold on, map parser dot calibration. It should be spell parser. Let's see, parser dot, let's see here, calibration spell dot all verses, and then we'll set it equal to, and then we'll say new spell string. And what I'm hoping is that by doing it this way, what we're saying to the game is that for however long this song is, set the note amount to that. So hopefully that works. Now we should never run out of notes because we'll always have the exact amount we need. Let's see if it works. I'll go ahead and mute that here, and then we'll click on calibration, and then we'll click start. Let's see if it works. And while it's doing that, let me also get some water here. And hi, the crew, the castle. Welcome in the stream. Welcome in, and welcome back as well. And did Ghostbuster get rid of the ghost? Nah, you can't call the Ghostbusters here. The ghost can never, we're on haunted grounds. The ghost will always be here. The question just is, can you tolerate the ghost? That's the question you have to ask and answer. Let me get some water here while we're waiting to see if it resets. So far, it's working, which is good. We should hear the song restart, hopefully soon. And we'll know it restarts if we hear that tick, tick. Let's see, eventually. I'll also get some lemonade as well. So far, it's working though, which I'm really happy to see. Oh, it does do it? Look at that. So we now have it looping functionally. I think it is working out great. Next question is that if we do fail it, we should, so if I do this, yeah, we shouldn't be able to do that. That's the next step. If it happens to be the case that we fail it, we need to restart the game too, if we're calibrating. So now we're getting somewhere. It's able to restart properly, which is great news to hear. So I'll go ahead and click on you, click on play here. And up for a prediction on that? What do you mean, Chuck? We haven't even gotten an hour into the stream. And it's not like you have a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like you have any skin in the game. You're immune from bad choices. Oh boy, it's working out well with gambling. I learned my lesson. We're at least going to wait to hour 2 to 3. Give it a chance. Give me a chance to get somewhere and get a little bit of hope up before it comes crashing down. Oh boy, did we not learn anything yesterday? Oh boy. What we'll do here then is that if the game is over, so let's see here, game over. If keys is empty and spell length here, and I'm bound by some silly rules, and we want to gamble. All right then. Once the ad, so we're not at the ad break yet. It'll be here in about 12ish minutes, whatever time. So we won't hour 1, no gambling. Hour 2, we'll see where we're at. I sincerely think also add maybe a redeem for it too. I think that could be fun. Oh boy. Let's see here. If still we want to do, if the player happens to spam, where would that be? And just y'all wait till I figure out how to win a VPN. I don't want to lose all my points again, but help me now. I think out of everyone, you're the most scarred here. Oh boy. Where are we doing? The game has ended. Control Shift F. Oh no, Control F. Game has ended. Here. End game. If failed, that's what we're looking for here. So if failed, Alt UU. If failed, set you there, and then do that, reset. So what we're going to say is on endgame. Now, where do we use endgame at exactly? At 99% of gamblers. Oh boy. Where are we using endgame at? We're using it here on our game over, and we're also using it, let's see, exit calibration here, and we're also using it here, I see, and we're also using it here. So I believe it should work out and should be fine. And hi, Phantom Badger. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. I have not seen that name before, so welcome in for the first time as well. And hope your game's going well. The premise of the title sounds cool. Well, thank you. I'm glad you think so. It's a work in progress, most certainly, but it's going well all in all. I've been working on it for a little bit over a year, and it's the second game I've ever made as well, so I'm learning a lot, but I'm also having a lot of fun, and I'm glad it did pique your interest as well. And if you'd like to play it too, I can do !NECROTYPE. There you go as well. If you'd like to give it out a try, the prototype is up on itch. And hi, Jajax. Welcome into stream. Welcome back in. Hello to you as well. But that said, let's see, input. What we're going to do then is on our end game, if we failed, then we don't do that. If we failed, what we're going to say is if we failed, but if we're still calibrating, then we're going to restart the enter calibration, and then we're going to return. So enter calibration and then return. We're going to do that. I think we'll be good there. Long time? Yeah. Well, hold on. Granted, I could be forgetting, possibly, but I feel like you haven't been here recently. Maybe. I remember Double G. Oh, no. I remember Double G. That's all I can remember. And I remember you've been here for quite some time, just in general, as in like a few months. So a little bit of memory here, a little bit of memory there. And let's see. Awesome. I'd love to. How are you finding Godot? I love it. Granted, I've never tried I've never done a game engine before. The only experience I have is with Visual Studio, which I wouldn't count as a game engine. So Godot was the first ever game engine I've ever tried, but I've been enjoying it. And I would like to try Unity and Unreal at some point, but for now, I'm enjoying Godot to its fullest. And needed a checkup? I see. Well, I helped the checkup, got good results when it came to the doctors. And look where that got me. Oh boy. So now if I spam, let's see what happens. Game has ended. That did not work. I see. Why did you say calibration end? Let's see here. Something's up here. All right, calibration end, where are we seeing this at? Control C, Control F, paste that in there. If we exit calibration, when are we exiting calibration? Let's see here. If I do double click on you and do Control F, we do exit calibration. If we calibrate automatic calibrations, I see. If calibration sample size, yes, there. And what we'll say, let's see, removes outliers, yeah. For some reason, we're doing the calibrate calculations. Let's see, handle calibration input. We should be doing this, I think, in processing or input. If event is a space in calibrating, handle calibration input. What we'll say is, I think then, that if the game, failed bool equals true, yeah. How can we do that? Handle calibration input. I'm guessing if, if game over, then let's see, if calibrating, return false. If game over, then end game. If key is empty and spell string length is less than 0. How can we do this? If keys is empty, then we'll do something like this up here, I think, for our calibration. Something up up here in this area. And hi, Polly. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back in. And I'm thankful you remembered me. Your name's fun to say, Digix. And Visual Studio, have to use that in my 3D programming for making machines. Interesting. I know I didn't end up liking it because I wanted to make games. So to be told, yes, you're gonna make games in the console. I wanted to see the actual assets and the sprites move around on screen. That's what I wanted. That's why I wanted to get into game design, not to look at the console and scripts. But I am glad for the experience of doing that. I like and appreciate Godot even more. And I did read this as well. Lovely. Oh, I did read that too. Oh, I think possibly. I've only really used Godot in the past, starting my Godot journey too. Oh, I see. It'll be cool to see how you work in it. I see. Well, thank you. And I hope you'll enjoy. And the name? Yeah, the name's fun. Digex. It's very fun. So let's see here. What we'll do then is, on our game over, what we're looking for is a calculate automatic calibration. So for calibration size samples here, and we're doing this every time we enter in the calibration, I believe. Yes, handle calibration input. What we'll say is, on handle calibration input, if it happens to be the case, let's see. No, we'll do it here. If it happens to be the case that our sample size is less than the required samples, we return. And what we'll say as well, let's see. I'm thinking we'll do it here. What we'll say is, no, actually, never mind. We won't do that. If calibration size is less than the calibration samples, and it is the fact that we should automatic calibration, what I'm thinking is, maybe we can say, if the key size, if keys is empty, we'll go ahead and we'll start calibration. Maybe calibration here. Calibration. How can we do this? Enter calibration. Let's do that. I think that might work here. If keys is empty, enter calibration, return. Let's see if that helps, or if that at all breaks it. It could break it, most certainly. And she says it wrong? Do I? Now, granted, I do say names wrong very often. I am no stranger to that. Or what exactly do you mean? Let's see if I spam it now. Are we going to get the game ending? Yes, it still does not work, which is okay. I say, is it maybe Gagex? Is that better? Oh boy, there's so many names I fail to say so often. I do know that much. Let's see. Spam. So, it's restarting the game over and over again. So I think we might just have to redo it entirely, which is okay. It's all right.
Just redeemed
hi, Ami. Welcome to stream. You're no stranger to love. Let's see. Let me get some water. The ads are about to start, so we'll let them do their thing. And when the outbreaks are outbreaking, we'll get water. We'll do a few stretches here and there, and then we'll continue. So let's see. Let me subtract you here. But every streamer says it wrong. I say, at least I'm not alone. I do my best to say it correctly, but I know my mind and my mouth do not work together very often. So it's usually the case of, I feel like I have a 20% to 30% 30%. I'll give myself the benefit of the doubt when it comes to pronouncing names first time, first try. 30% accuracy. I'll give it myself that. Let me get some water here for hydration. Let's see here. Water has been good to go. And on a different note, lately you've been killing it with the plan card puns. Oh boy, I'm glad you think so. I've had a lot of fun finding them. Now granted, it takes me a while to look at them, but I do like it. This one of my favorites. It's subtle, but it's enough. And how's the game going? It's going lovely. I have been enjoying myself. There's been crashes, there's been bugs here and there, but all in all, it's been an enjoyable experience. I can certainly say 10 out of 10 would do again, just maybe not the way I'm doing it at the moment. So would do it again, but not exactly 100% this way again. That's the preface there. And it works in spirit. Yeah, we gotta raise the spirits. With that said though, let's go ahead and do some stretching while we're waiting on the ad, shall we? So we'll start off by going to the right a little bit. And then we'll go to the left a little bit. And it barely works, but I love it. Exactly. Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship, but I don't think I'd call it a hate relationship. There's very few things, if any, that I can see I strongly hate, because it's such a strong word. I say mild discomfort, strong dislike. That's a little bit better. So a love-dislike relationship. I think that's a little bit better. We'll go to the back for our back here. Remember, if something breaks or if you hear something crack, I will not be held liable. So we'll go backwards, and then we'll go frontwards a little bit. And then let's do some neck stretches as well. And is the demo out? No, it is not. However, if you'd like to give the prototype a try, you certainly can. Oh, hold on. My earbuds. They're here. Exclamation NECROTYPE. There you go. The demo's not currently out, but there is a prototype out. I'm hoping that sometime in summer next year, we can get the demo out. I'll hope that much. We've been working on the ghosts. The ghosts are just about where they were in the previous versions of the game. We're working on calibration now. Once calibration is complete, then we'll work on the tutorial. Once the tutorial's done, I'll then put it up on itch again with the prototype, and then we'll say where we're at in terms of if I need to address any really strong, angry bugs. And from there, well, actually, I can show you. If I bring you back into the planning screen here, and if I go ahead and hide, let's see here. I bring you into screens here, and I do, let's see. Hide you there, was that one there? Nope, not that one there, not that one there. Ah, here we are. There we go. That can give you an idea of what I would like to do. The plans. Now, there's no date set in stone, but these are just the ideas. And welcome back from the ad break. Welcome back. I was just explaining where I plan to go and the plans of the game. Currently, it's in prototype at the moment, but I hope to release the demo during sometime next year spring, is the hope. Once we finish up the ghosts, we'll redo the tutorial, and then I want to add a power-up system, so a reward system for serving both customers and ghosts. For example, one of the things is I'd love to add a skeleton butler. How fun would that be? But it's not important to the game, so right now we're working on the MVP, the minimum viable product of the game, which is just, it's a rhythm typing game. Does the rhythm typing work? Does the cafe work? Yes? Okay, we can add more. That's what we're doing at the moment. It's just making sure the bare minimum of the game is working before we get into power-ups and jump boosts and things like that. And let me go ahead and bring you back into the screen as well. And release date confirmed. So next year, well, hold on now. I've been told, or not I've been told, but I do quite like the idea that it'll be released in 20XX. Now, what exactly do the X's mean? You'll see. I haven't figured out that part, but I do like the idea of, yes, it'll be released in 20XX. I like that idea. You know, we could even do 22X. I could agree to that term. But if my bones crumble with no cracking, can you be held liable? Nah, it's due at your own volition. I think that's the word. Hold on, let me double check. VOLATION. Volition? Is that the word I'm looking for? Flight or, oh, nope, the actor power of making conscious choice. Yes, do it at your own volition. And let me go ahead and remove that. As long as she avoids GTA 6 release. And sounds like you have a good idea to get started. MVP into vertical slide. I've never heard of the word vertical slide before, but yes, indeed, MVP. That's my goal. That's my hope at the very least. With that said, though, why do you think it's not working anymore? Why is it that the spam still doesn't, or it's restarting when we spam? It could just be the game itself, not the game itself, but the system itself not enjoying the new idea I have. So we can modify it a little bit. And thank you for the subscription, Phantom Badger. Thank you. Welcome. And as I said before, I do hope you enjoy the journey, as it's been tough, but it's been a lot of fun. So thank you. And I just read that as well. Lovely. So let's see here. Calibration, start, spam the button, and we get that. We don't want that. We want the game to restart if it happens to be the case that this happens. You can see it says final result. It also says calibration end, and it says game has ended. So something's going on about here, I think. We shouldn't get to here if we have failed, or if the player's spamming. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen in the slightest. So how can we do that? If I go, let's see here, calibrate automatic. Yep, we removed what we had here. Let's look for where we do the final result at. So if I do Control F or Control Copy, nope, never mind. If I do copy here and then Control F here, I see. Lovely, well then. Something's happening here. Calibrate automatic calibration. I see. Okay, well, on our calibrate automatic calibration, we exit the calibration. However, if it happens to be the case that we don't have enough notes or enough numbers, we shouldn't have to go down here. So maybe we just have to add the breakpoint or the stop point somewhere out of this function. And out of this function happens here. So we handle the input, we grab the beats per, I see, percent beats interval, minute, current beat. And that does make sense, the calibration sample, and then we calibrate automatic calibration. What I think should happen is, maybe what we can say is that if our note index, so if notes dot size, and then we say if our notes dot size equals 0, or if our note size, yeah, if our note size equals 0, possibly we could do it here. Enter calibration, enter, no, something here. And could you add the squid to the game? Do you mean this guy here, Bobby? I think it could be a fun Easter egg, but you gotta remember, right? Easter eggs are not a requirement for the game to exist. I'd love to add a lot of fun ideas into the game, but I want to make sure the base core of it is good first, because that's the main point, is that I thought I could finish this game in a few months. It's been over a year. So my idea of what it takes has been, it's had to expand. I've had to open my mind up to different ideas, so to speak. So let's see here. What we can say possibly is, we can do endgame if failed, if calibrating. We'll say, where are we doing endgame at? If you there, if you there, then we'll say if endgame, if failed. Ah, you know what? Maybe we can do it here. If event is action pressed in space and calibrating, handle you there. And if something here, so maybe, let's see, end game. If game over, end game goes here. So maybe we can say you there, but if calibrating is that, then it returns false. So I don't know if that would work. If game over, if calibrating, something that I think is okay, but I don't quite like it. It's somewhere here that we have to have the stop point at, and that's a pickle turtle frog fish, huh? And particularly an octopus. Hold on now. He's purebred, I tell you. He's 100% octo. No pickle, no pickle. Oh boy, I remember the pickle. I can't figure out what's worse, being called a pickle or being called a frog or a fish. Oh boy, let's see here. We have game over. If game over, return. Process there that there to you as well. Purebred. The jokes write themselves. Oh boy, I didn't even realize until you pointed it out. Let's see here. Game over. Let's see, you there. My question is, can we do this and remove that? Since technically speaking, if it is game over, and we do this here, it'll tell us if the game is over. If we're doing the thing and doing the stuff. So if game over, then we'll end the game. And if we end the game, and if you failed, if we're calibrating, just restart it again. I think that'll work. However, hold on. End game here, and then return. So hold on. We have to do a double check here. So if game over, end game here, then we do, yeah. If the game has ended, maybe we could do, let's see. If game over, end game, and we call game over here. So what I'm wondering is, let's see, game over there. Yeah, if game over, return. So if it happens to be the case that we restart the game, then we set the game over to true. So what I'm wondering is, maybe what we can say and what we can have happen is, we can remove this guy here, we can remove that there, and maybe we can give a return here of some sort, and that can work out as well. So what I'm wondering is, maybe we can set end game equal to true to see if it ended the game. So maybe game over equals end game. So something like this here. So we can say this guy here, end game. Game over equals end game. Then what we can say is here, we can return a bool, and then we can say end game equals false. And then we can say here to return, so return true. End game. Game has most certainly ended. Something like that, possibly? And get a loaf of this nerd! She didn't see a bread joke coming! Oh boy! You fed me crumbs, I tell you! It didn't work out the way I thought, and it just happened to be the case it happened in this way, and I wasn't prepared. Oh boy! Let's see. Let me click play on here, and let's go from there, shall we? So, back to our calibration. Does it happen to be the case that calibration starts? We go ahead and do this guy here. Calibration's ended. Final results, it's still angry. Okay, that's okay. That's all right, game. I understand you. I understand, and it'll be okay. I assure you. Eventually, you will be fixed. Don't you worry. So we'll copy you there. Do Control F here. Control paste. So something's still here. Calibrate automatic calibration. Something you do here. We have you here, and then we'll do you here and here. So if absolute time off beat, maybe what we can say is that if game over, so if game over, something here, then if not game over, maybe we can put that there. If not game over, like that there. If not game over, and what that's saying is that game over equals false, and then we have all of this here. So So if not game over, maybe we can put it there. And hi, Fluffy Panda. Welcome into stream. Welcome in, and welcome back as well. And hi, Eris. How's it going? It's going great, I can certainly say. It's been a little bit of trials and tribulations, but all in all, I've been enjoying it a lot. It's just that thing of, it'll never stop amazing me how I can click around here and see things that I've made and have it interact with the ideas in my mind and seeing it put out on screen. And I'll never get over that feeling. As long as I'm being given that dopamine of just, look at it's shiny, it's working, something's happening, and I'll keep doing it. And it's a lot of fun. And gotta go now, no worries at all. Nah, well, you said I didn't say it correctly. I don't think I ever will, but thanks for coming, Jack. Thanks as well. And hi, Spanish Cassidish. Welcome in as well. And Hamburger. Hello. And I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon. Well, I don't know your time zone, so I hope you have the lovely rest of your day or night or morning or other time of the day. Thanks for stopping by and chatting. With that said, let's see here. If I spam now, the notes do spawn. We have you here, out of range. Okay, so it's still a little off, which is not good. And opposite of morning, it is 20, or it's 8, I guess 8 p.m. if I think I remember it. Did you make the witch lady by yourself? I did indeed. Everything you see here from the music, well, not the music you're hearing currently. If I just mute this here, play this here. This music, I did make. I made this here. I made everything you can see. So the music, the art, all of that has been made by blah. If the question, yes, answer again. And I think you mean have a good rest of your time existing? Yeah, you know what, that's better. Have a good rest of existence. How about that? That sounds a little bit grim though. I make my own Game Boy framework? Ah, well, I wish you luck. That sounds like a lot of fun. I would love to draw or make a game in Game Boy aesthetic art with, I think it's 4 colors that Game Boy uses. I think that could be fun as well. And let's see here. I just read this up. Good, lovely. Okay, so why is it still the case that when we spam and we click all the buttons here, it still decides to end the game, despite the fact that we don't have any here? So let's see. It should not give us here our final result. So if I copy this guy again, we do Control F here, we paste this guy here. For some reason, we're still able to do it here. So if we go up here, if not, game over. This doesn't work apparently, which is okay. It's all right. It is a-okay and good to go. What we'll say then is that if calibration size less than required sample, I guess, how can you do it? How can we say, well, I guess technically speaking, right? And do we still have the snake calibration? No, we're past that point. It's so early morning and you had to be there. But no, we're on to a different problem of just ghost notes, really. But welcome in, Banana Nana. Welcome in. Let's see here. I'm half wondering that, technically speaking, maybe we can just tack it up to the player themselves. If the player decides, and really, if the player wants to do this, why should we stop them? If the player decides, yes, I'm going to calibrate my game correctly, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to calibration, do this, then is it really our fault if they get the score? Technically speaking, if they spam it like this and then their calibration isn't correct, I think it's okay. And oh, that's such a cute witch. Well, thank you. She's a little necromancer who wants to become a baker, a chef, since she doesn't like necromancy because ghosts are scary. She doesn't like them. I'm thinking it's okay to do this. Maybe we don't have to have a safety hazard here, not safety hazard, but maybe we don't have to put red tape up, because if the player has decided that this is how they're going to do their calibration, maybe we let them. Maybe we let them, and maybe we let them find out the consequences of their actions. I'm quite okay with that. I think it's okay, as long as it works the way we expect it to. For example, if they don't press anything, then it should just continuously loop until we get the answer that we want, or until they decide that they've had enough. I think this is okay. I'm okay with keeping it. Truth be told, I'm fine with this. Let me get some water as well. As long as it loops, we're good. And then we just need to check and make sure that on an actual test, that the test is functioning properly. Let's see here. Let me some water. Lovely. All right. So with that said, we'll let it loop, since it should loop in just a second once the song has finished, and then we'll give an attempt at trying to actually see if the calibration does feel like calibration. That'll be quite fun, won't it? So let's see. Yeah, nope, we're not at that point yet, it seems. Calibration has ended, game has ended. Okay, that's all right. It was looping before, and I broke it, and now it's broken again, and that's okay, that's all right. And it's like making something you broke look fine, so the next person that interacts with it thinks they're broken. It reminds me, I forget where, but it was the meme of where someone would leave or accidentally break something in the refrigerator, or something's about to fall, but you close the door so it doesn't actually fall, but you leave it for the next person who happens to, the poor soul who decides to open the refrigerator. They get it's opened and just everything comes falling. That's what it reminds me of. Let's see here. So something here is a little bit off. If not, game over. Calibrate automatic. We'll remove this as well. I think it's okay. I think we're a-okay to keep it this way. I'm fine with this. If we go down here to reset, spawn key, all of you guys here, we just have, if calibrating, then we enter calibration here. I think this is good to go. I think for the most part, we're a-okay in that regard. So let's try doing another test and see how well it goes. And give me 1 second to blows my nose. Let me click on start here. I will wait for just a quick second and let's see. We're all good to go, and thank you, Check. Thank you. And here I thought, what sort of control? Yeah, spring, winter, summer, fall, allergies still get ya. But let's see if removing that line that the Claude state makes the game decide. Ah, yes, we're going to keep looping. That's what we're hoping for. So let's see. Lemonade has also been acquired, so we're good in that regard too. So far, so good. Though it hasn't restarted. And it will not restart. Okay, that's a-okay. So what we'll say here is game has ended. Where are we doing game has ended at? Let's say close this guy here. We'll reopen this guy, click on play here. We'll do Control F, paste you into, nope, we want to copy that guy there. Copy, do Control F, paste you into here, and we have end game. It failed. Well, we didn't fail. I see. Technically speaking, if you never press any buttons, can you really say you failed? I understand that. I can certainly understand the reason behind it. I think not only if you failed, but if you're calibrating, maybe that'll work out better. When do we use endgame at? Is endgame used everywhere, or could we just, idea-wise, is it used in process is what I'm asking? Because if it's not used in process, maybe we can then say, if calibrating, all of you guys, there, that, there, that, there. It depends on if it shifts your calibration based on not pressing anything. It does shift your calibration if you press something. It does indeedy. I'm wondering if we can do, let's see, that there. And then if you're calibrating, we don't end the game, we just enter calibration. Because, let's see, exit calibration. Calibration's only, I see. If we exit though, then we do end the game. And if we do end the game, then, okay, that won't work then. That will certainly not work. If calibrating and failed, so we'll say if calibrating and failed, we'll do that there. And then maybe what we can say is that if these are both true, but if it says it's false, then we don't do both of these. Possibly, maybe that can work, or something, I don't know. If the default value is false, then it will always be false, but I don't like this. This doesn't feel right. I don't like it one bit. Something's off here. So we'll undo what we have, and we'll go back to what it was initially, and we can fix this, I think. Maybe. But the good news is that if we can't fix it, we can always go back to a version of the game where it was working, because we have version control. So if all else fails on checking to see if it did fail, then we can just go back a little bit and try again. Let's see here. So if you failed, then, and if you're calibrating, we re-enter the calibration. However, if it happens to be the case that we don't do, let's see here, calibration end, calibration start, yeah. If we calculate automatic calibration size, we really only want to do exit calibration here, technically. And hi, is it, ooh, I feel like I read that name the other day. I just don't remember how to say it. Machineko? That does sound familiar. Welcome in. Welcome back in. And wow, source code revealed for free. Well, the good news is that I have so much code that I don't think a glimpse into everything that goes on behind the scenes will help you get one-to-one, which is good and nice. And joke's on you, it doesn't work, so you can't copy it. Ah, yes, copy the kid who gets a D on average. Well, what's the word I'm looking for? No, I don't remember. I forgot at the middle of my sentence. So let's see here. Sponky and hi, Cats on keyboard. Welcome in the stream. And surely I can hydrate. Hold on, let me get that water here. Have to hydrate before I dehydrate. Thank you. And the price is paid in another way. Oh boy. What we'll do then is, let's go back up here. We're looking for that has ended. Game has ended, right? And
Rodiv3 just redeemed IRL
really?
word ban.
How could you? How could you, I say? The good news is I feel like I've been doing a little bit better. I think we're okay. And hi, Nero. Welcome into stream as well. Welcome in. And welcome to you as well, Rudy. Despite your entrance, your horrible entrance, I have hope that this will work. I think so. Let me just grab this guy, and I can't say this. We've done this one has been redeemed many times, so I think maybe it won't be too painful, but we'll see. And I mean, you do say his name wrong, so hold on now. I do, but it's not on purpose. It's accidental every time, and I try to do it over and over again. It just happens to be the case that I keep getting the same exact results. And you know what they say about insanity. It's expecting the same results if you do it over and over again the same exact way, which is not what I'm doing. I'm doing different things every time, yet still getting the same result. So, what's that to say? I don't know where I'm going with it, but we're okay. Shall we continue our programming? And the irony of getting the definition of insanity wrong. I can't think straight right now. I have to learn my words, or the mental load. Oh, it hurts. It hurts, but we'll be okay. Continuing on with the discussion, we were looking to see about fixing. Okay. We were looking to see about fixing the reason why the game doesn't. It stops at the end. And why is it stopping at the end? I think it's because we don't have a failsafe for if the player just doesn't do anything. And streamer is a generous word, more like a gremlin who found out how to code. I don't get that. How you know? Oh boy. And I've heard a person join the stream. Oh boy. Let's see here. Input event, exit calibration, enter calibration. We're looking for endgame, which is here. And on endgame, what do? When the game is ended, what happens is she's cracked again. Red stream all over again. We'll get through it. I assure you. It's amazing. Let's see here. Endgame, if failed. But the player doesn't fail if they don't press the buttons. So, how can we check if they press the buttons or not? Do we just say the calibration should be checked or some sort of variable should be taken into account? I'm not quite sure, but I know one thing. This. There we are. Oh boy, that was hard. I will admit, oh boy, this feels like an online class and you're the teacher. I have been told that as well. And thank you, by the way. And we did it. See? Easy peasy. We can go back to the normal, regularly scheduled program now. Oh boy, funny drink sounds like claim. Okay, so where we were looking to see that when endgame happens, we don't fail if we do the calibration here. And teacher, can I go to the restroom? Did you say please? I don't think you did. Oh boy. And game input. Nope. We need to do utility make perfect item. Nope. Where do we do this at? Okay. Let me see if I can do this here and we can write it out, and that might be a little bit better because I'm getting a little bit confused and I work best when I can see it written out. So we start the calibrations. We'll see start START, start, and then we'll just say CALI. And there's a few options the player can do it. I don't know. Can you? That's what it was. That was the worst. And let's see here. Miss Ezra, this green specimen ate my assignment. He's done no crimes. Unless you mean a different green specimen. And you know what? I have 14k stars and Stardust and IRL weapons only cost 8k. You know what it means? I know it means that I have a cooldown. I think it's 30 minutes. But if you want to use all your Stardust, then who am I to stop you? Oh boy, but that sounds like a threat. There's a few things that can happen. When we start it, the player can act normally, right? They can normal calibration. NORMAL. They can interact with the calibration normally. That is something the person can do. They can also spam. That's something they can do. So I'll just put here, spam, SPAM. They can spam the calibration. And they also have the ability that if they really wanted to, they could also do nothing. DONOTHING. They can do nothing. We've already checked off that if they do decide to spam the calibration, we let them. There's no reason to stop them if that's what they decide to do. But right now we're running into the issue of the calibration should restart if they do nothing. That's what we want to happen. So we'll also drag this down here and do nothing, restart. RESTART. So the issue we're running into is to figure out how do we want to restart it and how do we want to pay attention to what flags can we say or what can we say in the code that says, hey, the player didn't do anything, restart the game. That's what we're trying to figure out. And you had it working earlier, but something's changed. So let's see if we can figure it out. Let's go back into programming here. And 14 minus 8 equals 6, which is less than 8 required for the ban, I think. Oh no, that's being used against me. And I hate all the crayons, but I saved you the red one gives red crayon, and I hate all the glue. Oh my, and she's growing her moon to 4 bits. Well, the thing is, I believe you've done the word this many times, and restart after a certain number of notes without passing input. Ooh, I do like that one. Okay, maybe we can do that. I do like that one a lot. We can also add a flag for that too. For example, what we can have happen is that if we go to our key listener, so that's the guy responsible for spawning and deleting all the notes, this guy here. If we go into the code, there's a spot where we delete the notes if they become out of range. That's what that guy is there. So if we find where we use the out of range, so if, let's see here, if you're out of range, where are we doing it at? Somewhere it should check to see the out of range. It might be the spellcasting minigame itself, so let's see. Out of range, let's see here, out of range, here we are. If closest key out of range, something there. So let's see, out _of range. Let's see if we can find it and ban the word if. Hold on now. Oh boy. And I'll be back in 30 minutes and ban some words that Iris has used a bit too much on stream. You wouldn't dare. I've been getting better, but everyone has their, oh boy, everyone has their weaknesses. Delete keys out of range. Here is where we delete the keys. So if not keys is empty, delete the keys. And if keys front global that there, what we'll say is that we'll emit a signal. So we'll do utility.emit key deleted out of range. I think that can work. So key deleted, DELET, key deleted out of range. Something here, .emit. And if we do a signal here, then we can track it elsewhere. I think that'll work out fine. I think, oh, hold on. There's also a signal here, but we're in where we would do it at. So, I guess what we can have happen is just doing a variable, variable. Do a variable here. Can you elaborate on this a little bit? Or can you elaborate a little bit? You only get one word. It's a word ban, not a sentence ban. And this is a tomato. Oh boy, I'm saying that if a person wants with 10K and one with 5K schemed together, hold on now, you can't combine them. That's not a thing. And by the way, Eris, I found out how to make a witch hat in Blender other ways. I think it's less complicated now. That's nice to hear, Rudy. I do at some point want to do Blender, but for the moment, all of my focus is on making sure the demo gets released for this game soon. What we'll do here is I'm thinking we have a variable for deleted keys deleted out of range. Keys underscore delete, delete it out underscore of underscore range. Keys deleted out of range plus equal 1. Something here. And then we'll do, hold on. Oh, no, we're good. We'll go up here then and we'll do a variable for it. So we'll say var, hold on, var int, or no, keys deleted out of range int. We'll set it equal to 0 here. And then when we, why are you angry? Hold on, expected end statement. Oh, int equals 0. There you go. And then on our reset, so let's see, reset here, we'll go here. And then on reset, we'll also reset this to equal 0. So keys deleted out of range equals 0. That there. And I just want to make sure that where exactly are we restarting? We restart when we start the minigame. And we do that especially, or we do it when we exit. We also do it when we enter as well. So we do reset in the right places. I'll be reborn in Isekai to get back and you still won't open Blender. I take my time with things. I will get to it eventually, but I realize that not only am I just on a little scatterbrained sometimes, but it's just the thing of, I realize I can't do everything at once. But hopefully, once Necrotype Cafe is done, I would love to give trying to make a 3D game a try. And when we do get to the 3D game making, or at least once, like maybe during a game jam, I will definitely give Blender a try. I am excited for it. I do want to do it. It's just the thing, gotta have the priority list. So let's see. I'll save that guy here. And after that, what will have happen is when we do our on game end, so let's see, on any game over, end game, if we failed, and then we have here, what will have happen is that if failed, you there, else, then we'll say if calibrating, so if, let's see, if calibrating and if calibrating and keys deleted out of range is, how can we say this? How can we say this? Keys deleted out of range is greater than, maybe greater than 3. I think right now the numbers in a row lurk, of course. I think the amount we have to do is 10, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll see. Keys deleted out of range, and we'll just leave that there from now. If we check for our, let's see, our calibration, or calculate, yes, this guy, required samples right now is set to 10. So maybe we can say, if the required samples, keys deleted out of range, if this number is divided to maybe a fourth of this, so maybe we can take the required samples divided by 4. So 10 divided by 4 equals, no, divided by 2. 10 divided by 5, 2 is 5. So divided by 5, 10 divided by 5 is 2. Nah, I don't like it. We can just say, let's not go there. Let's just do it up here. Const, let's see, const, and let's see, loss or misstreak reset, R-E-S-E-T, reset value. Misstreak reset value, V-A-L-U-E. And if you get this number, so let's see, we'll say 3. If you miss 3 in a row, the game restarts. I think that's a good idea. So we'll do it here. Then we'll go back down here. So if this guy and keys out of range is greater than or equal to or less than, greater than or equal to you here, then we are going to also do enter calibration and return false. I think that'll work out in our favor there. We'll do that there. And good starting point. Yeah, 3 is usually the number you go for. It's the nice number. I think this will work out better. Maybe. And thank you, well, again, Ami, for this suggestion too. So let's see. If I mute that guy just for a quick second, we reopen Godot here. You here, and then do you here. We do calibration. It should hopefully restart if we miss 3 back to back. So let's see. If we do this guy here, that. So after this one, it should restart. No, it does not. Oh, well, no, it restarts at the end. I see. We're going to also have to reset it if the player does hit something. And once she finishes Necrotype and gets back to her other projects, the big leagues won't be ready. Yeah. Oh boy, you won't be ready at all. I tell you right now, I'm on my training arc. So hopefully, once this ends, we should get the guy, and then we'll also want it to reset I'm wondering why it didn't reset. Oh, I know why. I know what we have to do. Hold on. If we, oh wait, let this play through, because if the logic is working, it'll restart. Yes, it does restart. Good. Okay. Well then, what will have happen then is a few things. Something here has gone a little bit awry. What we need to say instead is we don't do it here. We don't. We remove this here. We don't do it there. What we're going to say is, let's see here. If we failed, if calibrating all of that there, what we need to do is really do it up here for process. So up here, yeah, for process. If game over all of you here, what we'll say is that this here, if calibrating and the keys detected out of range is you and you there, then we're going to re-enter calibration, enter calibration, and then return. And I think that'll work out fine. So we do it here, that way it restarts during this part. I think that'll work a little bit better. So let's try this again. We'll do 3. So I'm hoping it'll go by the third one. It'll restart. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and it restarts. Maybe 4 is better because you do it on the third one. And hi, Chapel. Welcome in the stream. Welcome in.
Chapel just redeemed hydrate.
I'm going to make it 4 as well, as I think 4, rather not 3, if it's greater than 3. So we'll do, hold on, greater than 3, and then we do greater than 3. Yes, indeed. And it's alive! Oh my. We'll enable the music here. Let me get that water, and welcome into stream, Chapel. Let me also make sure I do /shout out here, and do @Chapel. If you're looking for, I can't remember if it's Unity or Unreal. They both start with U, but if you use a different engine, or you just like or you like Metroidvanias, or you like monochrome games, consider checking out Chapel's stuff, as he does lovely pixel art in monochrome, and the animations are always stellar. So I would recommend checking him out if you do get the chance to. And let me get that water now, let's see. And using those points he stole from us, ha! I see. Don't remind me! It was highway robbery! Oh boy! Let me get the water out. 1 more. Oh boy, hold on. Water has been acquired. Oh boy, is it in 4.4? What do you mean exactly by 4.4? Let's see here. I think we're good to go though. Possibly, if we do this here. And we set it, it does the thing. It should now on the 4th note do it. Let's see. Oh, we also wanted to restart if you get to the end, or I don't know exactly. We'll see. But it does reset now, right? After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and I get a feeling that will never stop reminding you. Never. Oh boy, it'll be taken to my grave, I tell you. Never forget. Let's see here, and hi, Ray. Welcome into stream. Welcome back in. I do recall that name. I'm telling you, if it's a name or something said twice, like Dex or Ray, it's very fun to remember. It's nice and easy peasy. It's like how I have 2 E's in my name. It makes it nice. And 4 time signature, so 4 beats before it restarts. That's not too bad, considering we're doing everything by 4 already. If I go down to somewhere, let's see, for calculate automatic, one of these guys here says to do it, let's see, calculate something, but I believe we're already doing things by 4s, usually, or like 25%, so it does make sense. I do think that's good. I think it's fine. Oh, another thing we do need to add as well is the fact that if the game ends, how can we say it, or should we say it? Maybe we're good. Maybe, and my therapist will hear about this. Don't send me the bill. I think we're okay now, though. Possibly. Oh no, we also want to do, let's see here. We want to reset it if the player is able to score the key as well. So what we'll say too is that on detecting the input, so on input, if the player happens to click on the button, so handle calibration input here, let's see, handle calibration input, we also keyboard click. So, let's see here, make perfect you there, handle calibration input, you there. We do you here, all of you guys here, calculate automatic calibration. So if we're handling your input, we grab beats, all of you here, calibrate automatic input. Yep, you do that there, you do that there. I'm wondering, process ready, where do we do the, or I guess the input's done here. So if we're handling the input, if we did press the space here, Then we can just have half. Oh, here's the 4 for the 25%. So I can put it here, misstreak value. And I made it a const, or no, keys deleted out of range. We'll set this equal to 0. Set it equal to 0. There we go, equal to 0. And I also need to change the name to streak. Key streak deleted out of range. Something like that, I think. So Control F, Control R, and we'll do a little bit. And you'll be hearing from my lawyers. Not the lawyers, oh no. The lawyers and the therapist. We'll say keys deleted out of range and streak. Streak. S-T-R-E-A-K, streak amount. A-M-O-U-N-T. And then we'll replace all. So keys deleted out of range, streak amount. I like that better. It says what it's doing a lot better, I think, and we're setting it to 0 here. So if you do some calibration input, then you're fine. So I want to see, and I want to make sure that if it happens to be the case that you do fail to do it in time, that we'll see. We'll do one input, and if one input is enough to stop it from having that streak, let's see. Calibration, we can go ahead and do, let's see. Hit, oh, well, we have to do a few, don't we? Hit, let's see, and then we wait a little bit. Wait a little bit. Yeah, and I think we're okay. Yep, calibration start. That is what we want. Hit. Hit. So if we actually do this normally, does it work? Do we have it working now? Let's see. Hit. 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 So about that, it kind of sort of works. Something's angry now, but we are in a different place, you know? And I just saw your lawyer ate the notice I sent. You can't prove that. I'm going to need to see video evidence. Thank you very much. You can't blame him for nothing if he didn't do nothing. And I'm done with my business. I can now dedicate myself entirely to being scammed and lied to. Well, I'm glad you got your work done, Manafi. But I'm not glad to hear about the scamming. I tell you, 100% money back guaranteed sometimes. That's what I can promise you. Why did we get this error though? Key physics invalid property of BPM. Map current BPM. Apparently, our BPM is not set for our map. So if we do our map parser, sometimes, why are you lying? I said sometimes, that means I get out of trouble, because if it's sometimes, that means it's not 100% guaranteed sometimes. That's up to interpretation. I feel it's okay, you know, it's up to interpretation. When we calibrate the map here, I'm guessing it's not understanding the BPM here, right? And the very fact that you're doing this, get really, hold on now. I'm no scammer, I tell you. I'm wondering if the current map here is the issue, possibly? Oh boy. If can move. Something here. The key physics process. I'm guessing, or I'm not quite too sure. Map parser current map. The current map should only be reset. Hold on. Map parser.current map, and that's the price we're paying, I guess. Oh boy, I could certainly say if refunds could be distributed after the predictions was done, I would do it. Oh boy, it's awful. It's awful. That's all I can say. It's awful. Oh boy, let's see here. For some reasons, the key is not able to access the BPM. And why is this the case of? Map parser current map should be set. If I do Control C, Control F, or no, Control Shift F. Where are we using the current map at? Where are we setting the current map to? We have here our spell testing screen. We have here our key. We have here our minigame. We do, let's see, map notes equals, and I'm back, what did I miss? Crash. For some reason, at the end of the game, the map parser is not too happy with us. You can see map parser equals calibration map. Where is this at? I see, enter calibration. Map parser current map equals calibration map. Yes, that does make sense. For some reason, on our exit calibration, I see. Maybe if we just remove this, and then we do exit game reset, maybe that'll work there. Maybe that'll make it happy. And several, no! Just no! Oh boy! Let's see now. Do we get our score? Let's give it a try. Well, it could be 8. Hold on now, space. space, everything's up to par. I'm sure when the inspector came around, we'd be fine. Space. Those were some happy little accident space and happy serious screw-up space and happy old space. I guess. Big mistake space. 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 Huh? Well, is it kind of working? Let's go ahead and print out the values that we're getting when we do press the buttons in a minor case of severe fraud. Oh boy, I forget the words exactly, and it doesn't reach the statute of something. Let's see. Refresh notes. Let's check to see what happens on our calculate automatic guy here. We'll do our calculation sample size. We're going to print out our sample size. So calculation sample size, calibration samples. Let's print that out so we can get some values there. We'll mute this guy here, and then let's see. You there. All right, start that there. And let's see. So when I click the space button, we should get, let's see, 00. That's 002. That's 00 as well. And that, okay. Interesting. I'm not quite too sure, I'll be honest. It's all saying 00, which is interesting to say the least. Space. Yeah, okay. So it may be the case that, and I'm hoping it's the case, you know, many cases here, but, and this is some efficient calibration. I'm wondering if, because we're doing the new system, maybe by fixing this here, the 00, now that it's being calculated differently, and she's just too good at her own game. Exactly. Perfect percent, 80% speed, run 100%, just you wait. For some reason, our calibration sample size is doing it correctly. Let's see, where are we using you at? We have it happening here. I think something here might be our issue. Well, it's clearly not a possibility. Hold on now. I can be very efficient. I just have to put a little bit of elbow grease into it. Let's see here. A beats interval. Map parser current map BPM. Key deleted out of range. If absolute time off beat less than. Yeah, this is the part where I wasn't quite sure how to handle it. And that's okay. Well, that's all right here. We can attempt to understand this code. So, I'm going to grab it, and we're going to dissect it. We're going to put it under a microscope. And hi, is it Olton, possibly, or Volton, or Throlton, maybe, possibly. Welcome to the stream. I can certainly try again. Little hi, and truly 0 death runs already. Death run 0%, 80%, 100%, easy peasy. We'll go ahead, we'll move it into concepts here. And let's see if we can understand what's going on. Right now, or at least, it's been a second since I've done this calibration system, and I think I can do it as well if I do /out, and then do @ and then do that. There we are. So, the person that came up with this method, Khan, I got help from him. I think he's lurking at the moment, but he's also in the process of making a rhythm game. He's the one that helped me come up with this math and stuff here, but because of the case that it's different now than it was before, even before it was breaking. So it's a thing of just, it doesn't work anymore. So we either need to fix it or start fresh. And I'm not sure how I quite feel about it. But you know what? It's okay. I think touching this code here will fix most of our problems, including the problem I was talking about earlier when it came to the beats. It's not broken, it just works in an unexpected way. So that's really cool. I mean, a few fun C# rhythm games. They can get funky for sure math-wise. Yeah, we'll have to touch some math. I don't wanna. I'll be honest, I like math. I don't like percentages or decimals. I like whole numbers. I like dividing. I don't like this here. We'll see. We'll break the code down and we'll see how it works. Let me show you the current bug as well. And I think it's something here that also breaks the current bug in programmers when they have to use math. I tell you, I like math. I just don't like complicated math. Does that make sense too? I like algebra. Great, but calculations, percentages, predictions. I don't know if you can tell, but me and predicting and stuff and chances, that doesn't go well together. Oh boy, what we'll do here is I'll grab that number we had earlier that said it would fail. It says that a bug happens when the number is something like 0.084. So what we'll do, and did you know the decimals are whole in the background? It's about the perspective. I'm looking through the keyhole. I can't look through the entire door when my perspective's so narrow, and it's all a numbers game, and you seem to be losing. Oh, am I losing? We'll go into our utility here. I think it is utility. I think utility here. And if we do, let's see. Oh, this guy here. Our visual offset or input offset. We'll move this. We'll paste that guy there. And I think, let me just double check here. Our input offset, is that what we're looking for? Cheats, calibration screen, input offset. Set the input offset. Yes, indeedy. All right, let's see if this gives us the bug. And I don't know, I kind of enjoy converting complicated formula into code. I do, when I can understand it. The issue is just sometimes it's beyond my knowledge, but when I get a system that works, when I can make a complicated system. For example, I'm quite proud of the system I created. It was all created by scratch, but the JSON system, the map parser, the audio system, figuring out how to parse the notes of that, so our map parser, our spell parser, figuring all of this out, this guy here, I had a lot of fun. It was difficult, it was hard, but learning how to parse the data of files to be able to download it, upload it, and mix and match any data I wanted, I liked that. That was fun. That was understandable. It was a little bit hard figuring out the numbers, like the half notes, whole notes, but once it's done, I don't have to touch it again, and I made the system. The fault lies in that if you forget what you did, it kind of just looks like sorcery. That's where we run into a few problems, but let's see. For now, I believe our number will give us a spam note amount. Let's see. We have space, and I'm realizing as well that the note system is modified again. It should not be that. I'm guessing the music's different. Interesting. Hold on. Something's off. Our map system should not be that. Hold on. Undo you here. And it seems to be the case that we're using and then let me see if I can explain that too before we get into things, because something else is broken here, it seems to be the case of. So if I click on you here and we click on you here, we have a map and a spell. So map, M-A-P, map, and a spell. So spell S-P-E-L-L. We have a map and a spell. In our calibration map, every half second, a note goes off. And if you saw before, every half second, a note was appearing. It wasn't doing the musical numbers that we've done before. So it seems to be the case that our calibration map is being set for everything, not just the spell. The spell has the song. And you saw there was a different song, but the note of playing them back to back. So to better explain it, maybe, possibly. If I click on you here, to you here, and I click on play, let's see. It's a little bit hard to explain, but I'm attempting to do it. The way the calibration map works is you have to press it every half second. So we have, let's see, you do a space. You're doing these spaces every half second to hopefully make you calibrate it. But in the game itself, in the actual game, what we should be seeing, and if I bring you into Obsidian here, perhaps I can show you. But what we should be saying is that we should get a little bit of a ditty, a little bit of dance going on. If I click on test your own songs very quickly, and can you hear the game? Hold on, you cannot. So let me do this so you can hear it. If I click start, we're not going to get the space. That's not going to happen. If I click start, you can see A-G space, B-Y space. That's what should happen. But if you notice, that's not happening. If I close out of this guy here, I bring you back into our programming guy. So somewhere along the line, this guy here, if we go back to main menu, is using the map of our calibration. You can see space, right? Space. We shouldn't get this. This should not happen. So somewhere the chords are getting twisted, and we need to figure out why. And I'm guessing it's to do with, I was just talking about how the map parser are very proud until it breaks, and I think it's broken just a smidge, but we'll see. So I'll close this guy here. And if we go into our calibretti here, let's see. Let's see. So I'll close all of these guys. We'll go back into our kitchen. It's something to do with a map, I think. We have our calibretti map, and we also have our table for one. That's the song that always plays. We only have two. One for the calibration, and one for the regular game. We have our data here. We don't need you. We have our parser. Nope, not you. Resources, music. We have our calibretti. We also have our table for one. That's this song here, which is good. But where are we doing our maps at? Resources. Ah, I see. Calibretti map. If we look at our calibretti, it has title calibretti, song calibretti, JSON calibretti. Our table for one, we have Calibrati. Would you look at that? So if we just remove that Calibrati JSON and go back to our table for one JSON, we save it. I don't know when it decided to get confused, but if we click play now that it doesn't have that as its JSON, if I mute this, now we shouldn't get the space, because now they're not twisted anymore. They're not assigned to the other one. And at the very least, the fact that it doesn't make sense makes sense. That's good. I'm glad I was able to make the thing that doesn't make sense make a little sense, even if it doesn't make sense. So now we're hoping that when we click start, we shouldn't get the space, because the JSON has been changed. So the actual map itself has been changed from the song. So click start, we have, it's working again. T-H-E-Y space and so on and so forth. It's working again. That was confusing. We were getting the space, which was this one, for some reason. Different ones are assigned to different things, and I sense that you'll fix that. It's working now, and since it's working, I'm also going to save it. I'm also going to make a version control backup before we continue, and then we can see if we can figure out what our issue we had before even diving into the side quest issue. We're back to the main issue, so let's see. I'll go ahead and close this guy, and then we'll say backup, save. There we are, backup, save, changed, and committed, and synced. We're good to go there. Lovely. All right. So now that our version control has been version controlled saved, let's take a look at that code I was talking about before. That code that I did not like, but it's okay. It's all right. We can handle it, I believe. And the other song just wanted attention. It invaded everything else. It has its own place, Calibrati for Calibrati, and table for one for table for one. I don't know why it decided it wanted to invade our table for one and give us something else. What I'll also do here is on our screen, so on our login screen, our spellcasting screen, we should see our main screen here. I also want to print out our note times. So let's see, main menu button, main menu screen, you here. I want to print out, let's see, utility dot print, or how can we do this? Well, we won't do it here. We'll do it in our spell parser, I think. So spell parser, spell underscore parser, this guy here, that guy there, yes indeedy. And ads, my goodness, already. Hold on our input, we'll then print out, and no, hold on. We'll do instead, spell book, done, then we'll do a spell book at the 0 index, and then we'll do dot, and we'll do print data. Let's see what happens. I want to get the note numbers. I want to get the note time, the note amount in here. And we get print type to, oh, I see. Aha. If you're nil type to string, let's see. Oh, I know why. You're old, I see. Oh, this is old code. I do it differently now. Now what I do is I do print and, hold on. Let's see here. Print, and then I see it's typed to string. So we're getting the type of the product. So it's going to be, if I remember correctly, it's going to be cookbook dot, and then we're going to get the type. So it's going to be not flavor, product. Cookbook dot product dot find key, and then we're going to do product, product, and that should fix it, I believe. Find key product. Find key. I can't remember if it's get key string though. Control Shift F. If we do here, we have find key dot 2 Pascal. I see. The 2 Pascal doesn't matter too much, but I do like using it because it just changes the way it looks a little bit. So we'll make sure to do it over here. If we go back to our spell guy here, we'll do dot 2 Pascal. That just changes the uppercase and lowercase. 2, but I don't remember how to spell it, so I'll paste it here. I'll still type it out. So we do 2 underscore Pascal underscore case. And we'll do that there. And then after that, we'll also do it for the flavor combo. So we do cookbook.product, flavor combo. So flavor combo here. And then we say flavor combo here, like that. And that'll get rid of that code for that code. So hopefully now we should be good to go. And I gotta head out, no worries at all. Thank you for stopping by, Phantom Badger. And again, thank you for the Amazon Prime subscription as well. And I hope you have a lovely time getting it, whatever it is you get up to. And thank you all in all again. And good luck with the rest of the stream. Yeah, all over again. And I hope you have a lovely time doing this, whatever you get up to. So let's see, it is printing now, but it seems to be the case. And thank you for the follow as well. And welcome in. I do hope you enjoy the emotes. We don't need to print out our spell, it seems like. It seems we need to print out our maps, which is a-okay and understandable. Yeah, we need to print out this guy here. Get note time list. Yeah, we need to print out our note. So we'll go back into our spell parser here. So spell parser, this guy here. We won't print out that guy. We're going to go to our map parser. So map parser actually here. And in our map parser, we're going to do is parse data calibration. Nope. We are going to do our map list. So map list, and then we'll do our 0. So the first one, I believe you're in an array. Are you map list? Yes, you are. We'll do our first map on our list, and then we're going to do .print. So we should be able to do print out notes, print notes, and this should hopefully give us the note amount and the note length. We should get a whole array of numbers. Empty map detected. Ha. Well, good news is we didn't get a crash. Bad news is it didn't give us the data we wanted, and it's because I'm guessing the data hasn't been parsed yet, so how can we get data that does not exist yet? That does make sense, I'll be honest. That does make sense. Let's do it here. And now we should get something. Yes, we do. Lovely. Okay. So I'll go ahead, print this here, and we'll also move this to here. So we have our note and our map here. And then we're going to need lastly, let's see. I think that's good. Last we'll need, I think, is one more key before we start looking at the code here and seeing if we can dissect and then maybe make new code instead, is we have the note length or the note spawn times. We're also going to need to go to our key listener here. And when our key listener spawns in a note. So, oh, right, Gaia. Okay, I will grab the information I think we'll need, then we'll parse it after the outbreak. So I'll have that run now. That way it's doing its own thing in the background. And let's see here. What we need to grab is not our out of range guy here. When we spawn in a note, that's what I'm looking for. So maybe it's in our spellcasting minigame. When we spawn, attempt spawn key. Yes, here, attempt spawn key. Our note spawn time is subtracted by our travel time. Where's our travel time at? Where do we set the travel time at? Well, let's see here. Travel time equals up here. Note travel time is that there. I see. Right. Gaia. Okay. Well, we'll grab this here as well. Current map BPM times all of you guys here. So I'll also grab this here because I think travel time is important. So I'll paste this into here because I think travel time is something that we'll have to take into account as well. So travel time, you'll go up here. After that, we'll also get the note spawn time here. So we'll grab you as well because you deal with travel time. So we'll do that there, we'll do that there. And lastly, I think we're going to need the tween as well. So I'll just subtract this here, make you smaller a little bit here, that there. And then after that, we'll lastly grab this guy here because that tween time is also super duper important. We'll make sure we grab you here, grab you here, grab you here. All right, I think we have everything we'll need for figuring out this code and if we can clear it up. So first I'll present to you the problem that we have, and we can talk about the old solution and see if we can either fix the solution or make a new solution based on whatever is showing up at the moment. So I'll paste this here, save this here. These are the things we have to work with. This deals with travel time, so I'll make it, hold on. I'll make you smaller if I can. Let's see, make you both smaller? Nope, only one can get smaller apparently, that's okay. We'll make you about that small. We'll also make you about that small here. Okay, we'll do that there. We'll make you small about here, about there. And then we'll do this here. Okay, alrighty then. And with that said and done, let's see, what else did I need to do? I think we're good. I think we're fine and dandy to go. All right, let me get some water. We'll do a bit of neck stretches, and then we'll be back from the outbreak and we can get started with figuring this out and seeing if there's a possibility here. Let's see. Water has been acquired, and actually a little bit more water. How about it? We can get a little bit crazy today. Water has been acquired. After that, I'll also get some lemonade here. So let's see. Lemonade.
Check 14.
Okay, I guess we get more water. Also, wow. Okay, I make my own lemonade. And that's very sour. My goodness, I added too much lemon juice. Okay, yeah, that's going to need to get diluted. Wow, okay, we're good, we're fine. And I was about to do that. And what if we get even crazier? If you insist. This water bottle's just about done, so I'll finish it. Alrighty, water bottle done. Hydrate, redeem, go. Sour of power. The sour was too strong. I wasn't ready for that zing. Oh boy. And we can get a little crazy, says the dehydrated. I am well hydrated. I assure you, I have at least 4 water bottles a day. the amount that you should have? I think it's like 48 milligrams or 48 milliliters. It's something around that part in sour is power. No, it's not. I need a little bit of sweetness in my life. I did enough sweet. It was sweet and sour. That's the thing. I like a little bit of sweet, a little bit of sour, but usually I like sweet and spicy. That's the better combination. Okie dokie. So to explain it as we have at the moment, we have our note here, our key listener. So do this guy here. And this guy is our key listener. So do K-E-Y, key, L-I-S-T-E-N-E-R. This is our key listener, this guy here. And then this guy here is our note, N-O-T-E. And also do a little bit of an M. How about that? We'll make our M on the note. So this guy here is our note. So N-O-T-E. That guy's our note. And let's see here. Hi, Iris. What you doing? Hi, last meow. Welcome back into stream. Welcome in. Right now, we're about to dissect some code that I didn't think I'd have to touch again, but we are. And you know what they say? Face your fears. I guess we're going to have to. Oh boy. We have here our note and our key listener. Another factor we have to include is that the key has a travel time. So the time it takes for the key to get to its position. So let's do travel time, T-R-A-V-E-L, travel time. So T-I-M-E, travel time. So if you can imagine, on our song board here, and let me actually move you up here instead. I think that's a little bit better. So make it smaller, move you up here, and we'll also erase you here. So you get erased, and we'll just do a dragger here. Yeah, okay. So we have our key listener, we have our note, and we have our travel time. And in our game, we tell it, or we say, this note should happen at this time in the song. That's the idea, right? So if I do here, we'll just say this is the song. So I'll do this here, and I don't know if I can hold down shift. It won't let me do shift with a line. That's okay. Line, just about. This is our song, S-O-N-G, song. Our song's here. And then we have our spawn time. So this is when a note happens. This is when a note happens. Maybe a note also happens here. And then we can say it happens at 0. Maybe this happens about 1 second in. Maybe this guy happens at about, maybe, well, I say 1 second in. This would be 1 second. So let's see, 1 SEC. So 1 second in. Maybe it then happens at 1.5 seconds in, 1.5 seconds on the song. So 1.5 seconds. And we can maybe say this happens at 15 seconds in, 15 seconds in. So we'll say 15 in and then SEC. So 15 seconds, we know when we want the notes to spawn. That's not the hard part. The hard part comes from, okay, we know what we want, but how do we get it? The idea is that if this was a perfect scenario, if this was a perfect world, we would 100% be able to know that the note would spawn at this time. But we have to factor in something, and that's travel time. Right now, without travel time here, and I have a present for you. Oh, well, how sweet. I am happy to hear it, and it's coming. Oh, we'll even sweeter. And, oh, I did read your name, Lori, but welcome in again. And I do like presents, so I am all ears to hear. Let's see. And what was I saying? Yes, right, okay. So at the moment, how this works is, if I remove this guy, our note would spawn immediately on the point. If it's at 1 second, so the song gets to 1 second, all right, put a note here. Note's been placed. And then 1.5 seconds, all right, note's been placed again. 15 seconds in, all right, here's another note. We don't want that to happen. We want our note to travel across the screen and then appear at that spot when that note happens. So for example, if our travel time is 0.5 seconds, for example, so if I do a 0.5 SEC, then that would mean that we would have to spawn in the note at 0.5 seconds to account for the travel time it takes between those two. So I'll do a 0.5 here, 0.5. 0.5. So instead of it being the case that the note spawns in at 1 second in, we spawn it at 0.5 seconds. That way it has another 0.5 seconds to get to the point that we want it to appear at. And hi, Comfy Kiwi. Welcome into stream. Welcome in, and thank you for the raid. I hope you had a lovely stream. Hold on, let me go ahead and do this here. And thank you for the follow as well. Liquid Joe and Comfy Kiwi too. Hold on. Slash shout out here, and then do at, and then let me get the name. Comfy Kiwi Raven. Welcome in. Comfy Kiwi, there you are. I hope you had a lovely stream, but I wholeheartedly understand if you have to raid and run. And I see. Well, thank you, Pixel Tanuki. That what a wonderful surprise. I really do appreciate it, and welcome everyone in. Alrighty then, well, to bring you up to date on what's going on, and again, thank you, Pixel Kaduki, for the surprise. Let me bring you into our programming screen right here. I am currently working on a rhythm typing cafe game where you play as a necromancer. And if I click on this play button here, and we pause this guy here, and we pause this guy here, we're currently working on the calibration portion of the game, and I'm still very much a beginner when it comes to Godot, so I'm learning as we go. I've been working on this game since last year, and it's the second game I've ever made. If I click into our levels here, I go into a tutorial, and show you what the game's about. And I gotta say, the stream title is amazing. What a combination of words. I hope I can deliver that. And thank you as well. You can see we have our necromancer on screen here. Her name is Gabriella. What we can do is move around on screen, and a customer will appear. And once the customer appears, we can sit the customer down, and the customer will sit down, and they'll think about what they want to order. They'll think about their food. So they'll sit down, they'll read for a little bit, and once they're ready to order, they'll wave their little arm around and say, hey, I know what I want to eat. So we go up to the customer, we say, yes, what do you want? And then if we hold down space, you can see that the food appears, or the menu. The idea behind the game is that each wizard is assigned a different class, a different tier, a different color. In this case, we are a necromancer. Our color is purple and our flavor is bitter. So as you go along in the game, you unlock different wizards, you unlock different spells, and it's not only a cafe sim, but it's a rhythm typing game. And the rhythm typing aspect comes into play when it comes to these different flavors you can combine. In this case, our customer wants a sweet bitter cake. So we'll have to combine the flavor of sweet, we have to then combine the flavor of bitter, and then we have to get a cake on here. So let's go ahead and grab a cake down. And once we mix all of these guys up, we'll get our food. But in order to do it, you gotta spellcast. And that spellcasting is done via typing to the beat. So if I hold down Q here, we should get the tutorial up. But again, thank you, Comfy Kiwi, for reading. So if the letter gets to the white circle, you press it. That's the gist of the game. If this green meter fills up, the game's over. You did good, you did well. But if this yellow guy fills up, you did bad, you did poorly, you failed. You don't want that guy filling up. So let's see how well I can do in my own game, and if we can, how well I can do, or if it breaks. It could break too. We'll see. When I was doing my first ever co-working stream, I see you telling you to the genre, but I think you were productive. I do love a good co-working session. I've never done the genre itself, but I consider these programming streams co-working since we work a little bit, we have fun a little bit with it too. So if I go ahead and click on close here, let's see. All right. B-E-W-A-R. Okay, E. Seems the calibration is still not too good, but it's okay. T-H-E space J-A. Okay, so I hope you get the idea. It's a little broken at the moment, but you would type on screen lovely letters, right? And then eventually you wouldn't fail, but you would get your food, you'd get your prize, and then you would serve it to the customer. The customer would think to himself, man, this is a lovely establishment. I want to eat here again and again. They would get their food and then they would leave, and that's the game in a nutshell. I'm certain you get the picture. And I gotta raid and run, no worries at all. And the in-laws are waiting. Well, lurk too. Well, thank you for raiding and running, and thank you for lurking as well. And I hope you have a lovely relaxation after streaming, because I know streaming takes a little bit of time, and then you gotta get rejuvenated. And this is more complicated than my game. The game is more complicated than I first assumed. I can agree to that. And if you'd like to try the game out, the prototype is up on itch. I assure you, it works 90% of the time. Still a prototype, but what I can do is do Necrotype. There you go. You can give the game a try, and it will possibly work. Right now, it's broken. Will there be dragons? Maybe. I'm not opposed to the dragon idea. The thing is, I'm still working on the game, and I'm still new to game development, so I want to make sure we get the rhythm typing aspect done, we get the cafe aspect done. If we get all of those guys done, then we can have fun and add a lot of flavor. And hi, Wallace. Welcome back in the stream. Welcome in, and keep up the good work. Well, thank you, and welcome in the stream as well. Right now, what's broken in the game is the calibration system. And what we were just discussing as all of you appeared, you raiders, what happened, or what we were discussing is we were trying to see why it's broken and how can we fix it. That's what we were working on. So with all that said and done, now that all of you are caught up to speed, we can continue. If I click on play here, and I click on you here, and then I bring you into, let's see here, concepts. Did I click on the music? The music doesn't sound, oh, no, the music is musicking, lovely. And yeah, like 2 or 3 people actually help with the issues, and the rest talk about everything but the topic. I believe everyone contributes productively. I can see it, I can agree to that, sometimes, yes. Let me grab my pen here. What we were talking about is that in the game, as you saw before, there's this little guy here, this key listener. And the idea is that you want your notes when they appear, the player should press them when they reach here. And thank you for the follow, No Ninja. Thank you, and welcome in. When the note appears here, you want the player to press it. And as it stands, how the game works is it says, hey, this note needs to spawn at this time. So 1 second into the game, note should be here. 1.5 seconds into the game, note should be here. But what you have to account for is the travel time if you don't want the notes to instantly spawn. So what we were talking about is the fact that if the travel time is 0.5 seconds, then if the note's supposed to spawn at 1 second, then you need half a second to spawn, half a second to get there. So that if you spawn it in at 0.5, by the time it reaches here, it's now 1 second. That's where the travel time comes into play. And you gotta work on your lies. I was not convincing, I'm not lying. That's what it is. There's no lies here, just truth. Yes, I'm sticking with it. That's my story. Oh boy, that's where this guy comes into play at, our key tween property. Let me move you over here a little bit and move you down here. Oh, hold on. Nope, that's not right. Let me make you a little bit bigger. There we are. That's what this is saying. It's saying that we have a position where we want to go. We have our current position, and this is the time we want to reach it. That's what that travel time is. No lies here. Yeah, none. I'll need some proof. And if that's yeah, I'll need some proof. Yeah, there we are. So that's what this is saying. It's saying we want where we're at. Yeah, where we're at, where we want to go, and then how long it's going to take. Oh, hold on, you can't see it. Where we're at, where we want to go, and how long it's going to take us to get there. That's what that's saying. And if I go over here, we can see, if I also drag you over to here, we have a spawn time and a travel time. That's also what this guy is saying. So let me make it smaller, about here. There we are. And that guy's just saying what we said over here, where our travel time, we subtract for a note spawn time. So if it's the case that it needs to spawn at 1.5 seconds in, so 1.5 seconds in, so 1.5, hold on, 1.5 SEC, then we would take the travel time, which in this case is our 0.5, 0.5. And if that's the case, then we need our note to spawn at 1 second in, 1 SEC, 1 second in, 1 second in, like that. That's how we are doing the calculations currently. And no lies, just slightly dishonest statements? No, just a slightly twisted statements. Yeah, I am an honest person making an honest living, I assure you. Oh boy. And what we have here, let's see, we'll grab this here. So this here is a total. This is our time, what you call it, the timeline? Yes, timeline. This is a timeline of all of the notes. That's what's going on in this area. And if I move these guys down a little bit, this here, this timeline, is basically this timeline. So it's telling us when our note should spawn. A note should spawn at 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds, 3.5, so on and so forth. This is the, what's the word I'm looking for? The blueprints. Yeah, the blueprints, the DNA of when note should spawn. It takes this time here, so our note spawn time, that's what this array is, and then it grabs our travel time to figure out what time the next note should spawn at. So that's translated. And then we have our travel time, how our travel time's getting calculated. Alrighty, let's see if we can figure this guy out here. So travel time equals, if I move this guy down here, travel time equals our BPM times plus a little bit of this 2 and 1. That's a magic number. I know usually you don't want to do magic numbers, but let's see. Let's try this. Usually the average BPM is 120. So we'll just say our BPM is 120. And if this is doing this in terms of order of operation, I think that would be PEMDAS, right? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And I can't remember if division or multiplication comes first. And you play as a Necromancer, magic numbers are fine. Yeah. Magic numbers are okay here and there. I feel like what's a mathematician or a mathomancer could be a fun addition as well. They just deal with math and numbers. I took a shower and the allergies have been banished. Lovely to hear, Frost. Yes, showers as well as steam. That does help. And what are we up to right now? We are trying to dissect and figure out maybe a new calibration system or fix the one that's currently broken. So what I was just going over was the fact that we have a note here and we want the note to get to the key listener at a certain time. So if the note should be here at 1 second in, and we need to figure out our travel time. So if it needs to be here at 1 second in, then we need 0.5 seconds for a travel time. Then we need to spawn the note at 0.5 seconds. That way, by the time it travels, it'll be 1 second. This is the data of our time. So for example here, if it's 0.5 seconds, we'll spawn the note in at 1.5 seconds. And then this note will be spawned in at 2 seconds. So count. In GDScript? Yep, I do program in GDScript. And in what language are you suing? That's a funny way of putting it. Yep, I use GDScript and an insane answer. That could be fun too. Lots of squirrels in black and white. And we were talking about the travel time, the tween time, the note spawn time, and we were looking to see why are we doing this calculation? How are we getting this number here? And I was trying to figure out is it left or right the way the program works? So do we divide first and then multiply? I don't think it matters too much if I can remember correctly, but again, it's been a second. So we'll just try the division and the multiplication. So we have 60, and we'll for now just say our BPM is 120 because I think that's the average. So we'll say 60 divided by 120 here, 120, hold on, 120. 60 divided by 120, I think that's 2. Or am I mistaken? Hold on, I can't remember if it's before or after. Calculator time! I think it's 2, or it could be, it's either it's 2 or something else. Hold on, calculator. And I think you misspelled using? Did I? Oh, okay, I thought I misread it. And you can just skip the complicated way putting brackets around whatever you want to be one chunk. Fair point as well. And put a bracket around map parser all the way down, 0.5. 0.5. Got ya. Thank you for that one. Yeah, I could remember if it was 0.5 or if it was 2. Okay, yeah. If it's on the left, if this 120 is here, then it's 2. But since the 60 is on the left, then 0.5. That does make sense. So 0.5, let's see, 0.5. We multiply that by 2. So times 2, 0.5 times 2 equals 1, I believe, right? 0.5 times 0.5. Let me just double check that. 0.5 times 2 equals 1. Yes, 1. And then it's going to be 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 equals 2. So currently at the moment, we have a travel time of 2. 2 seconds, I believe, is how we're counting this. This is 60 per second. 60 per second. With that said then, when we do our global position and our travel time is set to 2 seconds. And we've been having a bug recently where certain travel times don't like each other. And I believe it's because of the case of when it comes into calibration and latency, in the sense that if we have a travel time of 2, and if the note spawns in at 2 seconds, then the note's not going to be able to spawn depending on certain circumstances. So for example here, say for example, instead of this 2 number, the note would spawn in at 1 second in. So the note should spawn in at 1 second into the song. But if we have a travel time of 2 seconds, then we're Rudy, we're waiting for the timer to come and to finish. Oh boy. Alrighty then, I suppose. Hold on. Let's see here. And could you not fix this by having a countdown before the song actually starts playing? We do have a countdown before the song starts playing, but the issue right now that we're running into is the note spawn time itself. Let me make sure I do this. Can't say we here. And then we'll do that there, and then we'll do that there, and then that should happen. Let's see. Challenge screen. Is that not on? Added on here. I see. Hold on. Let me add in a scene. Scene. Challenge scene. There you are. There you go. All right. That's up on the board. I can't say that word until the timer runs out. There you go. Oh boy. Alrighty. So let's see. I mean, you did so well last time. It was awful. What do you mean? Oh boy. And could you not fix this by having a countdown before the song actually starts playing? I do. At the moment, there's a small buffer zone. For example, I made it a rule of thumb that any song I make should not have a note spawn within the first few seconds. That's what it is currently, but it varies so much that just a small change causes that bug to happen. I want to say yes in French? Nah, I'll tell you in a little bit. And I mean, like, for the first note, you add the countdown timer to the spawn timer plus travel time. 1 second. Let me finish this, and then I can see if I can dissect what you suggest. So let me grab you here and move you about here and here. That way we... Oh, that's hard. That's hard. All right, where were all of us combined together? Yes? Let me move you here, and then it'll be good to go. Yep, Oh boy. So, if it happens to be the case that the note should spawn 1 second in, and we have a travel time of 2 seconds, then naturally 1 minus 2 means that it would spawn in at negative time. And the game doesn't like it when negative time exists. That's why it gives us a spammed amount of notes. Did I say it again? Really? You know what? I'll believe you. I'll believe you. I will believe you. Oh boy. And in the past, there's been a case, and let me grab the numbers up here. I say, all right then, fine, I suppose. Oh boy. We'll grab this here. And then I said it again. I know I said that one again. Okay, it's okay. It's all right. Everything is fine. It'll be okay. I'll move you here, paste you here. There we are. Okay, so moving forward with the proceedings of the task at hand. Oh boy, I've been trying to write down anytime the number causes the bug, and I have a bit of data here that you can see. For example, when the number is on the calibration screen 0.09, that works. However, when the bug is 0.092, that doesn't work. And because it's so sensitive, the bug was very hard to find. With that said, let me see if I can find the exact point in which the code tells us when we... I was doing good. I was doing great. Oh boy. And having a lot of lone errors, not including chat at all. How could you? And add a ghost note to the start of the song with a spawn time longer than the spawn delay. I'm still not quite understanding what you're saying, Banafi. Not quite. I am not there yet. I'm not there, but I am listening to what you're saying. I'm putting it on the screen so that I can look at it a little bit later, but I haven't got there yet. And I'll also do this here. That way I can keep track of what you are saying. So with all of that said, I wanted to see exactly where we're adding in the time here. Our calibration input. When is the calibration input being added to our travel time? Because somewhere along the line, our input offset. I believe that's the travel time. You know that? Not catching that one, Frost. And gonna be a list of 50 messages for me. Oh boy. I know I'm disappointed in myself for trying. Oh boy. Where are we using utility input? I said it. I know I said it. I know I said it. Let's find where let's go into here, and then let's hunt down the input offset. Yes, all right. Oh boy, click that there. Okay. Input offset is being looked for. If I do Control-Shift-F and do INPUT_OFFSET and breathe, sure. Let's start off by breathing in. Hold it. Then breathe out. Then breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. Then breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. Hopefully that was a little bit more comforting. Well, if you insist. Oh boy. Hold on. Let's find the input offset first. I'll click find on here. I think I spelt it wrong. Yes, there's too many F's. Control-Shift-F, input offset, remove one of those F's. There we are, where we... Okay, I did that one to myself. Alrighty, later. I ordered to touch. Alrighty then. Let's start off by going to the right here. So a little bit to the right, bounce it a little bit. Then you'll go to the left a little bit. Infinite feedback loop entered. Then you'll go to the back a little bit. And then to the front a little bit. And again, if you break something, I should not be held liable. You were warned before. Ding, 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 ding. Alrighty, the stretch has been redeemed, so thank you for that one, Frost. With that said, where is the input offset being used? We have it in utility, we have it in the cheats, and... okay, I recognize that one, and I acknowledge it. I do. We have results Okay, so maybe I wasn't paying attention that time. Maybe I wasn't paying attention that time. I'm never good when that word comes up. Okay, so continuing. The input offset, where do you happen at? You have minigame over. You have song position here. Is this where we're doing the input offset at? I see. Okay, the input offset is being calculated and being used via the song position. I didn't think it go there, but that's okay. And you dweeb. Oh boy. So I'll also grab this here. I don't think I did. I'm going to believe I didn't, though I could certainly be incorrect. I'm going to scroll out here. I'm going to grab all of this code, and then I'll add it to the concepts where it will have a look taken at once that guy down there decides to go to 0. Oh boy. And I'll copy it here, and then I'll put it where it belongs here. And now with that done, let's see if we... Ah! I was so slow! How? Oh boy, yeah, no, I already did it. It's too late. That doesn't matter. All right, then I'm just bringing you over here then. Since the screen is timed, okay. All right, we're good. Yep, All right, now that we are... Oh, why is this so hard? You know, at some point in time, the timer was 5 minutes, but it was so hard. I said it again. Oh boy, I can't stop losing. I can't. Okay, it's all right. It's just 3 minutes. I can do it. I believe, and I know all of you don't, but that's okay. I just have to believe in me. Let me have my false confidence. Alrighty then. What you can see here is, if the music player is playing, update the song position during the process. There is update song position, and if the music player is not playing, song position is 0. The song position is calculated by getting the playback position, along with the time since last mix, the output latency, and the input offset. That is how it's currently being calculated. I think this is correct. I don't think it needs to be changed, but now it's known where it's located at. Now that the location is known, we can keep it here. It can be held here for future reference if it is a chance that all of us will need it in the future going forward. Oh boy, our wonderful streamer's confidence once. Oh boy. You gotta lock in. Okay. That being said, my question then is, why is it the case that when the input offset is 0.092, you here, let's do a test of our own and automatically set the input offset. Oh, how selfless you are, including all of us into your process. Look what I get for doing as much. This is where it leads me. I want to do a test to see if we can get the bug to appear for the certain... Did I say it again? I can't tell anymore, did I? I don't know. Hold on. Did I? That looks like I did. I felt it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's okay. That's all right. I'll go ahead. I'll go and grab you here. I'll copy you, and then I'll paste you here. I'll make you smaller on... Nope, not like that. You need to be scaled. Nope, that's not scaled correctly either. You're scaled just about correctly. Alrighty. I'll click play. I'll also pause the music. And I believe I have a cheat. So, does that count? I started saying it, but you know what? It sounded just about the same. All right, music is audible. Let me mute that so that only one track is playing. Oh boy. And from there, it absolutely counts. Oh boy. Well, it's already been reset. We'll do... Okay, so... Continuing on, thenceforth, hereforth, what will happen is... Can't this... you know what? I'll save that for after the timer is completed. I have a cheat where I can put in an automatic input latency. I just don't remember the command. Oh boy. If I type in input, oh I see, cheats.set input new input option. You know, a little selfishness never hurts. It's hard. Do you like tweening? I have a bit of tweening here, don't you worry. And IRL word ban? Nope. I just gotta work through the pain a little bit. If I hide this guy, it seems to be the case. The number where I get the bug at is 0.084. So if I input into here 0.084, I'm expecting to get the bug, is the hope. And if we're, so close. If the bug is able to be replicated, then that means we're onto something. Okay? Okay. All right, let's see. And unless it's pulling for the meaning of word, embedded invariants don't count. And yep, that sounds about right. Okay, let's go ahead and hold down Q. See if the bug appears. And WITH space T. I'm not getting the bug. Interesting. We're getting a lot of bad things for certain, but the bug is not appearing. That's good news. And spellcasting. Poor Eris. Oh boy. Let's make it 0.084. What happens when that is done? I'll go ahead and add all of our flavors onto here. Our Coca-Cola, or no, our clock cocoa and our bitter. And mine, this is 400 notes. All right, are you going to break now? ITH space, it does not break. The bug's not trying to happen again. ES, yeah, okay. This is all right. This is just data that can be used elsewhere. Let's go ahead and set the data then to a 3-second offset. And if it's a 3-second offset, what happens then? Let's find out. I'll click there, I'll hold down Q, and the result, there we are. Why? Oh boy! I know. I just have to focus on speaking. I was getting there, but no! I spoke too fast. Okay, slower this time. I have to acknowledge every single word that comes out of my mouth. Okay, it's all right. The input offset, when set to 3, it gives us our bug, which is interesting. And I'm wondering, and what can happen as well, is that you can put it, I can put on the screen the results and the string. Yes? Okay. I'll go ahead and close this. Them. Oh boy. I'm reading the messages. I'm am going to enable my test result for my spell casting screen are
Ruddy3 just redeemed hydrate.
hydration, sure. Oh, hazard channel, I, me, green. Oh boy. Let me get the water. Alrighty. No, you can't be. You're gonna act like that, all me. I'll go to the mini game screen. That's not it. So I'll go to our spell casting screen. That's the spell casting mini game. I'm looking for the spell casting screen. This guy here, if I enable it, will allow me to see what happens when it appears on the screen. Spectators now. Okay, so now what choice do I have? What about us? What about you? How does it go? This ain't about you. I'll click on play then. And I'll evil. After that. Me. It's all about you now. We're just numbers. Oh boy. Well, the timer's up. I said that we're just numbers at the end. When the timer was up. I believe, unless I said it at the 1 second mark. Oh boy. I don't know how I would squeeze in words here and there. That was very hard. Towards the end, I realized I just had to think selfishly, and it was difficult. I just had to think, yes, anytime I'm referring to you, just refer to myself. I'm on safe. Good. Oh boy. At least there's a timer now, so I don't have to go through that again for a little bit. Let's take a look at the data that appears now, shall we? I don't know. Hold on. Let me move this to the front. You panel container, I need you to go ordering the index of 1. There you go. Okay. Let's play it. And the referee seems corrupt. Hold on now. The referee contributed too much of what happened there. And terrible. The referee's just as bad as all of you. And my lyrics, you know what you said the word? Yes, I said the word at the end, but the timer said the timer was good. And Frost said that I was good to go as well. And she already run the clip. Oh, you just said I was safe. Hold on now. Oh boy, let me hold down Q. I for sure thought it said time's up. Hold on. Let's see here. Hold on. Listen closely. Well, does the timer say the timer's up? The timer visibly says it's up on screen. Let's see here. Hold on. Hold on. I don't hear it. I don't think I do. Could you check, Frost? I'm not hearing it. Hold on. And then no, I don't know. It could be me, and I don't hear. Yeah, I don't hear it, and I'm not trying to, but I don't hear it. So nope. Okay, all right, we're in the clear then. I hesitated. Oh boy. Okay, we're good. With that said, let's look at the data now. Or shall we? So hold down Q here. Save version 2. Oh boy. You can now see when the notes appear. The note spawn time, along with the time that it is currently the song. That's what is the word I'm looking for? If I could pause it. The red represents the current song position, and the black numbers represent when the note should spawn in. And we got Argentinian variable here. Let's restart it so I can see if I can do it a little bit better. B-E-W-A. You know, I think I broke the system entirely. Something seems off. We're at 6 seconds. T-H-E space J-A-B-B-E. That's weird. What did I break? Something broke. Just a little bit. All the letters spammed out. The spawn time is off. Very much so. Hold on. Why is our song time or spawn time off? something's weird in Lurk. Oh boy, you just caused so much suffering, I tell you. We'll click play on here. And why is it now the spawn times aren't working? Hold on. If we go to our guys up here, why are the notes spawning? That's my question. We have process here, then we have, let's see, notes front, all of you guys here. Yep, okay. Let's click play again. It's showing 20 decimal places instead of 5, maybe a tad distracting. Could be I show the entire array, because sometimes there's been a bug in the past where the end is the bug, the beginning's not. So I do the entire array just so that I can see all of the data. Then maybe I can add a toggle for the sum of not the data showing up. If I hold down Q here, I'm wondering why they're spawning immediately. You can see 2, 3, 4, but we're at 2 seconds in. That doesn't make much sense. And give me 1 second, let me clear my throat. Okay, we're good. Why is that the case? No, I'm not talking about the array of notes. I mean the timer below it all. Oh, I see. I feel like it gives well, maybe not. Unless you, well, thank you. No, the throat was made clear, but I'll take it anyway. And I do that as well. Yes, indeed. The thing is as well that the notes move because of the array always changing, which can make it a little bit hard to debug too. But all in all, I'm okay with it just because it gives us a feel for when the note time happens, for example, the 2 seconds. And it's not expanding enough, I think, to matter. And how did you know that I sneeze? And they're clear sneeze? Oh, the same in my eyes. Oh boy, let's see here. Why? Is it because I feel a disturbance in the force? Oh boy. Let's see. I'm wondering what our note spawn time is. If we go up, this is our spellcasting minigame. Let's scroll in a little bit because it's very small. I can't blame Pilus. I do appreciate all of your kindness, despite the fact that what we just went through a few minutes ago. Oh boy. Update song position. All of this makes sense. When we're in our process, we are looking for our note spawn time, note length. Yes, indeed. Note length, note spawn time, front spawn position. Is something here feels a little bit off. I don't know what. If note spawn time not empty, note spawn time less than song position, note length, note spawn time, pop front, emit. What's going on here? Note length. Print out the note length. Note length here. Something feels off. I feel like, and I don't even think we touched the code, but something's a little odd, isn't it? We have 2. 2 should be the time it immediately spawns at. We have 0, 0 on our note input length. So hold on, let's see. I undid that guy at the very end here. Yeah, that's very odd. It should be, you can see the 2.15, 2.16, and yet, and we appreciate your kindness and selfishness. Oh boy. I really just had to start thinking me, I, my. Whatever happened to R? Oh boy. So the note spawn length is playing. It's something here. I might just grab the old code and paste it back into here if it's not going to do what it usually does, or if we're getting an error somewhere along. So let's see here. Note spawn length. Note spawn time, spawn in front. Something's off me, myself, and Bobby. Exactly. Me, myself, and I. Or Bobby too. Let's see. Delete spawn, attempt spawn. Here. We'll do this here. Print note spawn time. Print note spawn time. Try that. Print note spawn time. Let's try that and see what we get. An evil heiress be like, I'm going to code this. Oh boy. Let's go back to here, and then we'll go back to here. Hopefully we should get the note spawn amount. So 0.5, 1.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 6. So it does seem accurate, at least. The numbers here, for example, the next note time should be, if it's the case, and I'll also have to get the input latency. I think that would be a good idea too. But the travel time, if the note should appear at the, let's see, this guy here, it appears at 0, and you can see note spawn time. Yeah. So we'll print the note spawn time, and we'll make this into a string here. String, and we'll do that there. And then we'll say plus, and then we'll do travel time. So note spawn time plus, and then we'll say space here, and then travel TT is what we'll do. and then we'll have a space here, then do plus, and do string, and then do travel time. So I want to take a look at that exactly. And we'll see. And it's really a testament how wonderful a streamer is when she struggles for 20 minutes not to include us. Was it 20 minutes? Don't tell me. I feel like it was 10, but it could have been 20. It felt like an hour. Years even. I can certainly see it. I would not be surprised. She made a device for us to punish her for that now. Oh boy. It was not, it's a challenge. It's not punishment. It's a thing of, I believe you can do it. If I pause this guy here, you can see a note should spawn at about 3 seconds. And our travel time is 2 seconds. So when the song position is at 1 second, the note should be spawned. That's what we should be seeing. That's my guess on the numbers. And that's coping. Hold on now. Oh boy. Our note spawn time, our travel time, and I want to look at the song position as well. So we have our note spawn time, and I'll also put that in 2. So our, let's see, spawn time, and then we'll do you here, and then we'll do you here, and then we'll do you here. So our spawn time, we have our travel time, and I'll also add in our song position. That's also SP, the POS position. There we are. And she chose us to believe in chat who believes in errors. I thought I could trust all of you is what I thought, and I was wrong. I was so wrong. And song position here. And just 5k more until I can word band. Haven't you seen when the power is used wrongly? When it's used horribly, the result of it? Haven't you learned anything? And expected closing. Oh, is it this guy here? Nope. Do I remove you here? String, song position, travel time, you there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1 here, right? Why is that angry? Why are you mad? Hold on, let's see. Let me clear my throat. What's up? We're supposed to learn. I would at least hope just a little bit, you know? Maybe I'm thinking too good. And wait, this is a learning string? Oh no, where did it all go wrong? Oh boy, let's see. Oh, I know why it's angry. Hold on, I need to put a plus here. Plus? Yes, okay, let's see now. So what we're expecting to see is the position here, song position. We're looking for the note spawn time, when it should spawn, and we're looking for the travel time here. So the note spawn time, and I'll also put in here the default spawn time. So let's see, I'll do another here, a little plus, and then we'll say default spawn time. We'll also add a space in here, and we'll add in the note spawn time here as well. That way we can get all the data in one spot. So I'll close that and reopen that. And who are you people? How did I get here? Hello? Oh boy, it reminds me of wait a minute, who are you? I don't remember. Oh, Kazoo Kid, that's who it was. Kazoo Kid. All right, I'll hold on Q. Hopefully we can get some data down. So I'll hold it down and I'll pause it. And let's take a good look, shall we? So if I make this guy a little bit bigger here, you should be able to see Godot. And does the pickle bite? There's no pickle here for that would do the biting in the first place. If there was, I don't see it. Not one bit. Let me move this down here, make you smaller. Hold on, let me make you smaller now. And then we'll slide you over. Make you smaller here, or smite us for such blasphemy. He's a kind and peaceful soul. There, no violence shall be done under his watch, I assure you. Bob, you're not even talking about Bartley because he said pickle. Let me make you bigger here, and hopefully it makes it a little bit easier to see on what's going on here. All right, so let's take a look and break this down a little bit. So why do you use word plus string plus in blah instead of choosing formatted strings? Could you elaborate on what you mean, Banafi? By formatted strings, do you mean rows of strings or what exactly? And wait, she's doing that? Huh? What? Huh? Hold on now. Did I miss something? Hold on. I'm doing at the moment and on my throat. Hold on. Hold on. Where's the thing at? There we are. Okay. I think we're good. And you already
Check
have the water in
14
hand.
just redeemed hydrate.
Oh boy, thank you, Frost. All right, water, hold on. All righty, hydration and then the hydration redeem. And you don't know formatted strings? Oh, my sweet summer child. A search up the GDScript. I don't know if I want to look. Hold on. Format strings GDScript. What's this here? Pearson? Formatted string. Hold on. We can take a look at this together. GDScript formatted screen strings. Here are lobotomies of GDQuest. Let's see here. They're one of the first lessons. I haven't seen it in ages, Frost. I last looked at GDSquest, GDQuest. It's been a few years since I've looked at it. At least 5 years, if I had to guess. 5 years since I last did the did the program. So it's been a good second. And you know, my memory doesn't enjoy thinking about the past. Only the future. We'll do this here. We'll paste it into here. And let's take a look. And I never looked at it until now, and I still know. Let's see here. Alrighty. Format strings. Var string equals... The string.format method var string equals... String concentration var string equals... This page explains how to use. Format strings are a way to reuse text templates to succinctly create different but similar strings. Are just like normal strings, except they contain placeholder sequences. Define the string with the placeholder. Okay. Using the placeholder operator %, the placeholder is replaced with a desired value. So, actual string. We're waiting for Godot. Format string %Godot. And because we use this guy goes here in the front, and then I'm guessing Godot gets placed here? I kind of understand it, I think. And format strings essentially do, we're waiting for X. And let's see. And that has been a hot minute, yeah. And you would want the multiple placeholder section. Multiple placeholders. Let's see. Format string may contain multiple placeholders. In such a case, the values are handled in the format of an array. One value per placeholder, unless using a format specified with star. See dynamic. Format. Blank was reluctant to learn blank, but now he enjoys it. Format string, %, and then estrogen and GDScript. I kind of get it, I think. We'll copy this, we'll move it over to Godot, and let's see if we can get it. And where X can be a cow or a dog or whatever you want there. Yeah, it's a little confusing, but that's okay. The thing is just, sometimes application can help in understanding it. So, if I paste this guy into here, and I remove all of you, we do you here, and do that there, and do Control K, or no, Control K. Oh, nope, that's not Control K, Control K. There we are, okay. So, if I'm understanding it, I think, and we'll do this here, you would do, let's see here. So instead of doing test plus X plus Y, you can just do text X, Y. They both seem a little confusing though, or at least doing it this way, I find a little nicer than that. I'll try it first. So var, and then you would do format string or whatever you want for the variable, but it would be formats, let's see, we'll just put this here for now. String equals, and then I'm guessing, let's see, you would do that, and then you would do, let's see, I'll grab this here, because that's what we're using at the moment. So we do that there. We'll just use this here for our format string, and I might have to make this a little bit smaller so I can see it. And then this here is where the format goes. So it's going to be instead this, and then %s, like that. And that's where the string would go, I think. And then you would do this here, and then this here, and then this here. So I think you do this, right? And then S is for string, F is for floats, and I is for ints, etc. Okay, that does make sense. Floats, I is for ints. Yeah. So I think it would do you would do something like this, and now we just need to fill it in with what the format's going to be, right? And D is for ints, my bad, no worries at all, this is new to me. Okay, so then you would do var, and you would do actual string, so ACTUAL underscore string, and then you're going to equal, and it's going to be our format string, and then you're going to do %, and whatever this % is going to be this here. So in this case, since this is a float, they're all floats, then it's going to be F for all of them, I think, right? So we would do F here, F here, F here, and then F here, because they're all floats. And then you would do the spawn time, and then you would do the note spawn time, and then you would do the travel time, and then you would do the last one here, which would be, I think, let's see, the song position. And then you would just do a print of this guy, if I'm understanding it, I think. Print actual string, like this here, right? And I ate plus word plus today does look more intuitive than I hate is Sundays, yeah. But the moment you mess with numbers, I find format strings a lot easier. And if you add a dot before F, you can choose how many decimal places. So %.2 would be float for 2 decimal places. Huh. Right now, I don't want to cut anything off, so we won't do that, but I will, hold on, I'll put it here too. Can cut off, DECIMALS, can cut off decimals if I do %, let's see, %.2F would cut, hold on, would, WOULD, would cut, would cut to 2 float positions, BLSITIOS. Okay, we'll see if this works, and then we'll do the ad break. So we'll see. I think this will work if I'm understanding it correctly, where you have this guy here and then you're replacing it with these numbers. So I have 4 numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see and understand. We'll try to at the very least. So I'll do you here, I'll do you here, I'll do you here, and I'll do you here, and then we'll do you there. And then levels you in here, we'll go ahead and teleport to here. And Alex, hold on, Bobby, hold on. Hold down Q here, and then we'll do a pause here. And I think it did work. It does look like it's still doing all of the numbers, so it's good. Thank you, Banafi, and thank you, Frost. I do think it's a little wonky looking, but it definitely made it shorter. And not now, Bobby, we're learning. It says 42 seconds, I know. If I don't click the button, it likes to do the pre-roll ads by itself, or at least it's wonky. So we'll have them run since it says about 30 seconds. And then when we get back, we can continue. But not now, Bobby, we're learning. Oh boy, Bobby is non-biased. When he sees that right linking button to click it, he clicks it without any judgment. Let me get some water here. And it may seem strange at first, but it makes it so you can change out values in the strings a lot easier. I could see why, yeah. I just wish it's weird, but I understand how it could be helpful, especially considering how my other one made it very long and you couldn't see it on the screen. So I can understand it, yeah. Wonky looking makes sense. It's wonderful for multiple strings and numbers. That does make sense as well, yeah. Let me get some water. No, son, mommy's onto something. Let me get water. And if you only have one value in the string, you can do one line, such as value equals %s value %value. But for multiple values, we need an array. That does make sense, yeah. This is why, or this is the array you would do. And then if you were to do the one single one, that would be this guy here, and then whatever value, yeah. So this would either be a singular value or an array. That does make sense too, yeah. Huh, interesting. All right, then. Let me get some water here. Alrighty, now, I do have a question, kind of sort of here, and I'm quite curious to see if it will work, but can I combine the colors I already have with my utility and kind of make it a little funky, is my curiosity. For example, on my utility, if I click on you here, and if it was just one value, you wouldn't need to have the actual string, you could just do format equals text. Oh, I see. No, hold on, let me make sure I do see. Format string equals, and then you would do, hold on, text, and then you would do the %, and the S is the string itself, and then you would do text, and then you would do this all on the same line. That's what you're saying? And then string, and then that guy there? I think I kind of get it. That there, %, nope, hold on, %S, and then, oh, I see. Huh, yeah, this one, not so much I get, but I kind of see it in the sense of it all on one line. Text S % string there. Interesting. Let me go ahead and move this here. And I'm curious to see, at least for the formatting, can I, well, I don't know yet. I'll see. And all right, Eris, I'm tormenting myself with a rhythm game on Godot for the game jam. By the end of it, I might be able to understand some of the stuff you're doing a little more. Oh, well, best of luck, Frost. And if you can, or if you find that you're able to help a little bit later, that would also be lovely. So I'm happy to hear. I certainly am. The ads are back, though. So welcome back from the ad break. Shall we continue? Looking at this here, I was just curious. And that's the fun of this is that if you're curious, you can try something. In my utility, I have a function where I can plug and play strings into it and change the color. For example, here, I have set string to color. So can I just grab the color string or the string here and the color string? Can I use this function? It takes in a string and returns a string. So for example, I'm wondering if I did this and then, hold on, this, and then I did plus, and then I did this, set string to color. I don't think it'll work because if I'm understanding the way this guy works, I don't think so, but I'm just curious to see. We'll do this here. That would be the %F. And then we do plus here, and then we would do also utility, utility, utility dot. And then we're going to need, let's see, utility dot, you there. You're going to be plus, you're going to be that there. And then 2 feet arguments. So then I'm going to need the color. I think the color's first as well. Yes, color string. So we'll grab the color string. I'll just use on here. Let's see here. Crimson. We'll just say crimson, just to see. So if I do this here and I just do CRIMSON, does this work? I'm curious to see if I do that there and then this here and then that there. Any posting example of the one-line formatting and string discussions? Thank you. Let's see. I click on this guy here. I'll go into the scream. Label text. Text F2 multiplier. Kinda, sorta. Hold on. I will move this to our concepts here, and then we can take a look at it a little bit more in detail. Oh, nope, it won't let me copy it. Copy image. Move image to here. Paste into here. And then move you here. And then move you here. And subtract you there and bring us into concepts. And combining formatting and strings, is that even legal? I don't know. I want to say. I'm curious if it'll work. I don't know if it will. So I want to see. Well, this is what Banafi sent. We have the %, which we know now is the certain thing. This is the float we're grabbing. We're grabbing the 2 parts of the float. And then you're taking the multiplier, whatever the multiplier value is. I think I can understand a little bit more, just a little bit. I definitely think I'm going to need more exposure to it and not just a one-time thing, but I can see why it could be handy now. That testing to see. So the multiplier was 0.5, it would print, yeah, with the X. Yeah, because the X, if I go back to here just to double check, the X is in front of the %, and the % is where the, yeah. If I go back into concepts, this here is the placeholder, so it's going to get rid of anything that's in here. So it's going to be X and then anything here. Yeah, okay, that is understandable. Let me move you here. Now, let's see if my idea, I don't know if it will work, but I'm curious to see if it will. Let's see, do we get a crash? No, a shame. But I learned something new, so I'll take that as a win. Interesting. Alrighty then. Unless the color thing isn't right, that could also be that the case of that. Color equals crimson there, and you kind of just smush 2 different mechanics together. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think you could move this guy into the, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, hold on. It could, oh, hold on. Print _ rich. Now I'll try. Hold on. If it's print rich, and I do it now, because it was a regular print, it does work. My god! Oh, that's neat. I say. Kaya, that's neat. Oh boy, let me get some water. Yep, it was a print rich, not a print. That's neat. That is very neat. Thank you again, Banafi and Frost, for sharing. That does make it easier to understand. I can certainly agree to that. Alrighty. With all of that said, though, let's see this facility. This feels so Let me see if I can find it really quick. Oh boy. Let me see if I can find it. Programmer versus programmer versus user. Let's see if I can find it. Oh boy, I don't think I see it, but yep, showing me something and then nope, I don't see it. That's okay. Oh boy, I don't know what's going on. Something's wrong to me. This everything I'm doing feels a little illegal, but that's okay because it just goes back to the idea of just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it. And using music candidates, but what if I use both? And hi, is it Araith maybe, or maybe Iraith? Welcome to stream. I can certainly try to pronounce your name again. Thank you for the follow it. Welcome into breaking and making and breaking again. Thank you as well. The Voltic Ace for the follow too. And welcome into the both of you. And can we do a character style study stream? I'd love to, yeah. I think it could be fun. I think using both based on stylistic choices is valid. It's valid. Oh, it's legal. The engine allows me to do it, which means that it's legal. Now, whether or not it's acceptable to society, that's a different topic. Oh boy, I will do what last did I need to do? That there, yeah. That's quite silly. Oh boy, we'll comment that out for now, and we'll stick to what was suggested before. You know, I've had my fun for now. I will do that there. That's how it was originally intended. And there are absolutely easier ways to do it, but I think she might explode. And then using performance strings within her rich text labels, but not knowing what it is in the princess. As we can play stuff. This is a lot of learning for today. Oh boy. Alrighty then. With that said now, let's see what the data is telling us. And let's see if we can understand it. So I'll go back into here. I'll go into here, I'll hold on Q, and let's take a look, shall we? Let's see here. I'll pause it. And now what numbers we're looking at are, we first start off with the spawn time. So a note should spawn 5 seconds in. We then have next up our spawn time, or I don't know why it says SP. SP is quite a weird way to word it. And hello, Eris. I came across your YouTube channel yesterday for the first time, and you've already been a ton of help with my pixel art journey. Well, I'm always really happy to hear it, and welcome in, and that's really nice. Next week, we'll be doing more pixel art if that's what you came around for, but today we're doing hedge hurt programming. But I'm having a lot of fun, and welcome in. I hope you're able to find some of the streaming quite enjoyable, and I was already laughing because of the situation. Oh boy. This is why you don't give me power. Look what I do. Oh boy, it's like, ah yes, the square goes in the circle hole. Oh boy. So the note should spawn in at 5 seconds in. That's the time it should spawn in, right? And thank you, Frost, for the link as well. And I hope you're able to run to our website. It made a huge difference. I see, yeah. I hope that helps too, if you haven't seen it already, especially the getting started one. Let's see here. So the note should spawn in at 5 seconds into the song. And we have here the note spawn time of the calculation. So we go from 5 seconds to spawning to 3 seconds to spawning, which makes sense. And then, because of the difference is 2 seconds. And currently we're at in time 2 seconds into the song. Therefore, we should spawn in the note because we've reached past that 2 second time. That makes sense. So if that makes sense, why are they all spawning at that time if that time has already been reached? Is it not getting deleted? Is that the case? Is it not being removed once? That's what I'm wondering. But you can see it is getting deleted because up here we have 5. Oh, hold on. It's 5 at the moment. What if I click play? Hold on. Unpause here. 5, 6. Yeah, but it's 8 and 4. Yeah, interesting. It's 4 seconds should be spawned and something's off. Something is off. And I tip my hat to you, programming so tough for me, so many syntax errors. Yeah, I know for certain the more I do this, the more confused I get, but also the more excited I get because it's an opportunity for it to hurt a little bit less or to get a little bit better at understanding. Because right now, we're dealing with a bug, and I don't know why we're dealing with the bug. That 4 you can see up there, the red 4 stands for the time of the song. And you can see that 8, the black 8 at the first top, is the time that the note should spawn at. And I would assume the note, like it says down here, 6. We should wait until 6 seconds to spawn it, but we're at 4 seconds. So why are we spawning the notes when we're not at 6 seconds in yet? I don't know why. And once stream is done, I'll open up some additional functions so you can use your color formatted function with like the abomination. Hold on now. I mean pure beauty, pure art. But I am quite curious. The thing is, I only found out about the print rich a few months ago, and I've been using it since. So, attempt spawn key, we pop the front of the spawn time. When are we popping the front of the note spawn time? We do it, let's see, note spawn time, you there. We should pop the note 0. That's what I'm guessing. Yes, notes pop front. So, why is it occurring that way? If we go back to the top, you'll also be able to see 2, 3, 4, 8, 6. We're at 8, the time it should spawn, so we should spawn at 6. So I'm not quite sure why the numbers are spawning. It doesn't really make much sense. And to answer that question, I'm not quite sure how to at the moment, which is okay. It might take some messing around or just some time of pausing and going as well, but right now, something's off here. And let's see, I can go ahead and remove this as well in my string, my beautiful string here. And we'll also copy you out or comment you out for now too. So the notes are spawning, and I'm going to do a spawn key. We'll also print here. Let's print note spawned. Hold on. If I remember correctly, I'm just curious to see if I can do it. So we do var note var message. You would do something like this here. You would do a var message. Then you would say, let's see, note spawn time. You would then do the percentage for F because it is the float. Note spawn time. And then I would do space. And then I would say current time. And then I would do another %F. And then after that, I would add a full message. And then I would say underscore message. And then after that, we would do message. We would do %, so message, and then %. And then you would do the array. And the array is going to be our, let's see, note spawn time. So we're going to do, let's see here. We popped the front already. So how can we do this? Oh, note spawn time. There we are. Note spawn time. Note spawn time. Note spawn time. And then you would do comma, and then you would add the current song time to the song position, like that. And then you would print the full message like that. If I'm understanding slowly how you would use it, then you would write it out like this, because then these two guys would fill in the blank here with their floats. So if we go ahead and close this guy and cake. Oh boy. So if I'm understanding correctly, their neurons are rubbing against each other. So if I hold down Q now, let's see. So the note should spawn at these times. Here she's evolving and in the right way. Forwards, multiple steps forward, 0 steps back, I tell you. But I couldn't have done it without you, Monophie, and as well as you, Frost, for explaining it. You did make it easier, and I feel like just the more that it's applied, the easier it'll get over time. So our note spawn time is this number, and our current time is this number. And the hope is that the current time has to be greater than the note spawn time, if I am understanding the math correctly. Because if we say our note should spawn at 5 seconds in, oh, you're at 6 seconds? Well, you should have already spawned the note by now. So that does make sense. And if our note should spawn at 4 seconds in, and if we're at 2 seconds, we shouldn't spawn it yet because we're not there yet. So in all cases here, this number is less than this number. This number is less than this number. Therefore, the note is being spawned in. However, why are we spawning in the notes? Okay, kind of sort of, hold up, let me clear my throat. What I'm seeing is, these are the times the notes are being spawned. So it's spawning a note here, 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 all here, all here. All of these are notes. And now my question is, why? I'd want to print out next, after this attempt to spawn, I'd also like to print out, not only that, I also want to print out, let's see here. Print and let me clear my throat again, 1 second. And anybody got a good vibe to learn simple character design? Good vibe theming, Katana, or could you elaborate a little bit? I can suggest, if you're looking for character design, hold on, let me click here, open link here, and I say Monopoly deserves a shiny badge just because this weekend, oh boy, Monopoly's let the wild off the charts, I can certainly say. Let me move you here, hold on, let me see if I can grab it. Video, yes, hold on, if I click on you here, if you haven't seen this one yet, I would suggest maybe taking a look at this video, Catonic. It was when I drew and designed my orc lady. So I talked about the posing of her, I talked about the process of drawing her. So maybe if you haven't seen that video yet, that one might be handy to take a look at. And let's see here, there's that one. And then there's also, let's see here, this one too. So either or might be handy. Nope, it didn't do link it for both, but that one and this one, I think, where I talk about character design or updating the design of two. So the ghost lady and also the orc lady, I think we're just breaking down the process of start to finish, from starting the idea to doing the idea and breaking it down. So hopefully that's helpful. With that said and done, let me go ahead and close you here and open you here. And let's see what I want to print out. And thank you, of course, thank you for asking. I do hope to come out with a video that explains it. What's the word I'm looking for? Specifically, right now, those videos are just a thing of, this is the thing I do, and this is the process, but I'd like to make a video of like, this is how I do it. I think that could be fun. And though you didn't draw Mance, no, you were a key component in what could be described as knife. I think you just need knife miss, if I'm honest. I think knife miss was created. We'll print out here. I want to print out notes.size. That's what I want to do. Notes.size, and I also want to print out not only notes.size, I want to print out our utility dot, and then we'll do current spell, and then I want to do dot, verse dot size. No, not size. How do I do this? Note size. I want to get the amount of note sizes, and let's see. What I'm looking to do is I want to get the how many notes in a song, along with spawn times, and I also want to get how many current ones. That's what I'm looking to do at the moment. And goose with knife, and nice with goose, and knife. Oh boy! On the first day of Christmas, Santa gave to me 500 knives. Hold on. That doesn't sound safe. Oh boy. So we have the full message. Then I want to grab the note size that we have currently. And then I want to grab, let's see, our note size. I want to also get our utility dot. Is it going to be current spell? I believe, no, current map. Utility, utility dot current map. Is it current map? Current level. So maybe it's map parser current map. So let's see, map parser dot current map, or let's see, curr current map dot, and then we're going to go with notes, I believe, for, let's see, flavor combo, nope, current map, let's see, what do we have? BPM, flavor combo, flavor initialized notes, there we are, current map dot notes, and I also want to grab the size, and British Santa's a little bit different, and that took a sharp turn, and the knife tree is very safe. Oh boy. So we'll do this here. And then we'll say, let's see here. I'm guessing what we can have happen is as well, we can say var and note difference, diffference, and as well, I wonder, can I just do the print like this here? Does that work? Does it allow me to do that? Is that a possibility? Is that a thing that can be done? Something like this here? Message present that there? Does that work? And then what I want to do is I want to do var note difference equals, and then we'll say notes, and then I want to do %f again, and then we'll do notes amount, and then we'll do that, and then we'll do u, and then we'll say note list, and then I want to do %f again. If we're looking to put an array in here, what would it be? Is it going to be %f, or is it going to be % something else? If I click on you here and we go back to the screen, if we want to print an array, let's see, a decimal, an integer, simple conversion of strings, does it allow me to put in an array for the placeholder, or does it not? I'm seeing a few of these guys here. If I go into this so I can show you. I see the S, I see the C, I see the D, which is a decimal, but I'm not seeing the string when it comes to an array. Does it matter, or am I overthinking this a little bit? And let me bring you back into this guy here too. So with that said, I would want to do the array here. So, you know what? We're just gonna do that and see if we can do any better. So we'll do that there. And then I want to do print notes difference, and then I want to do u, and then note difference, and then %, and then u, and then I want to take the current note size, and I also want to grab not only the note size, but I also want to grab, let's see, the amount of notes, so how many notes in the song, along with the spawn times. So I also want to do, let's see, how can we do this? Note spawn time, I guess, could be that there. And what do you mean? Oh boy. Note list here, and you should be able to do %s for array. I think it converts the array into string. I see. Well done. We'll do that. And then we'll do, let's see here. Note size, note spawn time. And I believe we have current map. I think you'll also have a current spell. Note spawn times. I see. Yes, note spawn times. We'll do that here. There you go. So note spawn times, where are we at? Oh no, I've lost. Where are we at? Hold on. Where we, no, we're here. Yes, I want to do this, and then I'm going to grab our map parser note difference. So you there, and then we're going to grab the current map notes here. This guy goes note spawn time, so the times that are being spawned, and our map notes is going to give us an array of notes, but we don't want an array of notes. We're looking for the note time list. I see. Note time list. Aha. Note time list. I see. Okay. In that case, what we're going to do is, if I go back into you here, we're going to do map parser.currentMap.note time list. Get note time list. And this will give us an array of times for their spawn times. And then I also want to do our map parser.currentMap note size. So I want to grab the both of these and compare and contrast them. Maybe we're getting different data that I didn't think we were getting. So that's why I want to compare and then do dot notes. So this here, and would this be a good application of the idea of the placeholders? Because I want to print out this message, but I'm using 2 different values for each of them. So I think that would be the use of it, right? Doing it like this. And let me get some water as well. Tasty. And let me also get a little bit of lemonade. So we have here.
Cat sat on
I
keyboard,
suppose I'll
just
get more
redeemed
water then.
hydrate.
Hydration, sure. And though I usually just do a new line for printing arrays, adding to the previous ones. Interesting. We can certainly see. I'm learning a lot about printing, and printing's my favorite debugging method, so I'm all for learning. Well, let me get the water there for that redo. Alrighty then. Well, thank you, Cat Sound Keyboard. You didn't drink enough. I can feel it. You know, I don't mean to read all of your voices out in evil voices, but I don't know. When I read that, you didn't drink enough. I can feel it. I can't sense it. But when I hear, you didn't drink enough, I can feel it. It feels like it's menacing because it is menacing. There's a difference in the way you type out. I can sense it just like you can sense my lack of hydration, apparently. hydrate. This isn't that. And who keeps letting their cat on the keyboard? Oh boy. We'll do this here. We'll do this here. And now, if we do levels here, you here, let's see what data we get out. So if I hold down Q, what do we have here? Water cooler, bubble. Alrighty then. So we first off have our note spawn time, our current time. Let's see what we get up here. So note spawn time is 24 and, oh, 0. Note spawn time 0. Note current time is 0. We have the notes amount, which is U here, and then we have 24. So the amount of notes that should happen is 24, amount of notes here, and this guy here. So we have 2. So this is the same. We are getting fed the same data. This is the same as this guy here, which is good. And when in doubt, it's menacing. Exactly. Oh boy. If there's anybody who knows about hydration, it's our resident cat sat on keyboard. Oh boy. Most amount of hydration redeems of the year. Let's see here. We have notes amount. Now, this is going to be different because we're deleting the notes each time. So the next question then becomes, why are the notes getting deleted? Because you can see it goes from 23, then to 22, and then to 20, let's see, 22, 25, and then 21. So for some reason, hold on as well. This 21, we have 2, hold your horses. This guy here, note spawn amount time, we have 2. That makes sense. But then we should delete it afterwards. This guy here is still the same exact length. It stays the same, the note list. We should be deleting the notes, and they're dominating in hydration. Oh boy, let's see. So if I had to guess what's going on, my hypotheses, my guess is that it just keeps looking at the same first note. And since it's saying 2 every time, maybe that's why we keep getting the same exact number. But my question is, how did we get here? What changed from before to after to give us this amount? I thought the note would disappear. It even says it here, notes.pop front. The note should disappear, and it does here. You can see it says note amount 23, and then it goes to 22. But if we look at the spawn times, note spawn times has not been popped. When do we use note spawn times at? Control F. We use note spawn time here. We also pop front here though. So it should pop it regardless. It's popping it here, pop front here. When a note is spawned, it should also pop it. So when we spawn in the note, when the note is spawned, we should also pop it. But I don't know why it's not popping here. I think I found Bobby's brother. He has 2 brothers. He has a brother named Geraldo and a brother named, he might be the middle child. Geraldo, Bobby, and there's one more. I can't remember his name. I think it might be Hector, but don't quote me on that. And I wonder how many times I redeemed it. At least 2. At the very least. And actually, according to the course of action dictated by the hypothesis I constructed. Harold! Yes, his name was Harold. This goes to show you how well I am at remembering names. I guessed a little bit close, right? I said the name started with an H. I got close within the range. Oh boy. I'm wondering if on our the ugly one, they're all beautiful, all right? Bobby's just a cute one. And I love Bobby's siblings. There's a really old post. Oh boy, yes indeedy, the lore goes deep. On our spawn keys, what I wonder is, what if we remove it? What if once the key is spawned, or no, hold on our attempt spawn, let's see, attempt, yeah. On our attempt, we do notes pop. What if we also do note spawn time pop? So note spawn time, pop front, because something's wrong. Somewhere along the way, some data got weird, and we can always go back to the old way the game was. But we'll see. Parent of the century. This is why I'm not the parent. I am just a friendly associate. Thank you very much. I know Bobby more than the rest of his family. Let's see here. We'll move you to here, and if we hold down Q, what do we get now? The same exact thing. It seems to be. Interesting. Okay. It's alright. If we scroll back up here, I thought maybe popping the front. We have our note spawn time. We have the current time. We have the notes amount, which is 9. And then we have the notes list. Now, this here can certainly be I. So we can do, let's see, you here, note amount. That could be the int. But, you know, that took me down the feed. Oh boy, the only with a goodie. Let's see here. And the rest only slide over during holiday? Huh? Oh, do you mean the code or the siblings? Let's see here. Why is it doing this is my question. We have the note, or the note shouldn't spawn because it can't spawn. But for some reason, our attempt spawn is causing it to spawn. When are we doing attempt spawn? When is that being called? If notes is empty, or if the notes aren't empty, then attempt to spawn the key. I'm just curious to see if I do Control K. If I remove that, the notes can't spawn, right? And the rest are they're the Octobros, but there's only 3 of them. Let's see. And like scale, legs, and April 26th, 2023. Eris wanted a geese with knife windspiel. We now have a start point for the knife incident. I'll have you know, that's been a thing from the very start. And it's just, the geese with knives are quite cute. I can say that. There's just something about them. Really, if you want to go way back though, it was the Untitled Goose Game. That's when it really started. Oh boy. So the notes aren't spawning anymore. The notes are the attempt spawn. So if note's not empty, and actually it was 2025. So if note's not empty, attempt to spawn here. And if we go ahead, let's see, notes var all of you here. I'm going to copy this guy out as well. Nothing should happen here. We should go past here. So something here is happening that's allowing us, or it's something here. Something here is very off. Let's go here, let's go here. Notes shouldn't spawn because the function's disabled. If we do this guy, yes indeed, notes aren't spawned. Good, okay. Well then, let's see. So the first thing we do is we get the note spawn time. That does make sense. We get the spawn time by getting the current first position note, and we get the travel time. So for example here, and we'll add this guy just to make sure. If the note should spawn at 3 seconds, and travel is 1, spawn time will be 2. We'll do that there. So if should spawn at 3 seconds and travel is 1 second, spawn time will be 2. That makes sense? So far, we're good. And then next up, the next code we have is if song position less than or greater than or equal to note spawn time. Interesting. And well, she's not the sharpest knife in the tool in the tree, so she probably can't recall that. And so she started it all. She knew what she tried. No, I just said that knife should not be given to everyone. That's all. That's all I was saying. That some dealer started giving them around, and I think they should, you know, only the goose. The goose is okay. And out again, I must lie down. No worries at all, Frost. Feel better soon. And it's mildew. I assume it's such a pest in places with poor drainage. It keeps drinking my allergies. Well, feel better soon, Frost. Truly, allergies are never fun, and they're never. But I'm glad the shower did help a little bit. So here we have, if the song position is greater than or equal to the note spawn time, we'll go ahead and we'll uncomment this guy out because that does make sense. So if it happens to be the case that our spawn time, which is here, if song position, so let's see here, is greater than note spawn time, then we're going to create a note. Once the note is created, we are then going to pop front. Oh, we're copying over the note to spawn, and then we're popping the front of the notes. And then we're going to do, well, that wasn't here before. So that's that there. Interesting. So we create a note to spawn, then we pop the front. Yeah, hold on. This is my work here, right? Spawn key, spawn, oh, I see. Never mind, we're good. And it's spell string length greater than or equal to, got ya, okay. And I love that emote, the little shaky, it's adorable. And get well, legend. And like you checked all me and Eris, of course, Frost. Let's see here. So this spawn key, note to spawn, and when we do use spawn key, so I'll go ahead and I will remove that, and we'll do this here. So if spawn key, or if spawn position all of you there, then we pop the front, and then we spawn the key. Alrighty, that makes sense. And what happens when we spawn the key? Wiggles are just adorable. It reminds me of the, I forget what, but there's like a bird that does a little bit of a neck wiggle. It's adorable. Spawn key here. We create the key, we do all of this, and once the key is created, so new key, we instantiate it, we add it to the scene, we create a spell, let's see, spell string, and then we do a key between all of you guys here. Once the key is spawned, I think we'll be good to go. And we just need to now, let's see, spawn, or where we at? Attempt spawn key. And once that's good to go, spawn key, note to spawn, yep. And this is all printing. So let's try this and see what data, well, it won't give us any data. I'm just curious to see if this will at all alleviate the earlier issue, because so far everything's making sense, but something's off. Something is certainly off. It should not go back to back and the KW. Something's off here. Our spawn key and our song position is greater than or equal to spawn time. So this is where we would grab our note spawn time. So what I'll do is I'll grab this guy here and we'll go ahead and print these two out. So if I go here and we go here, we're going to then uncomment you, and then we're going to print out our song position. We're also going to print out our note spawn time here, and we have song position. So song, position, song position, and spawn time. So spawn time. So we'll do this here, and then let's see, you're there, and then we'll do spawn, oh, that's not spawn, spawn time. That's not spawn either, S-P-A-W-N, time, spawn time. And then we do you here, you're there, you go there. Okay, let's see what we get here. We should get that the left one is greater than the other one, hence why it can spawn. So if we click on play here, let's see what happens. We go into here, hold on Q. What do we get? We get the, if I pause this here, spawn time is 3. It's 3 and then 2 and then 1. Interesting. And I just want to print as well. The spawn time starts off at 0, then 5, and then it switches over to 1, and then it switches over to 1.5. Odd. Okay, well that's okay. I want to as well check to see our spawn time here. That's from this guy here. So not only do I want to see about that, I also want to check the spawn time of the original note. And I also want to check the first note that does exist. So what we'll do is we'll do a print here just to separate it so we can look at all the data together. So we'll do hold on, this guy here and that guy here. And then I'll also do if I do this here, we'll say the current first or current spawn note spawn or current note spawn time, and then we'll do that guy there, current note spawn time, and then I also want to check to see about current note spawn time and is that it? I just want to know current note spawn time. I think that's it. I think we're good. Yeah. Okay. Current note spawn time. I think that's all I want to look at. So then this guy, if that is everything I want to look at, this guy then is going to be, I'll do this here. I'll then say the current note spawn time. And then I'll do, let's see, you here. And then I'll do you here. And then I'll do our notes 0 spawn time, I think. So we'll do this here. And that'll go there. And I can delete that there. So something like that. And current note spawn time. And then we grab the note spawn time. And this can also get deleted. So what I'm trying to find out is, why is it the case that we're getting so many spawn times here? Why are the notes allowed to spawn? Oh, we will also need a list of all the spawn times. So we'll also print out that too. So print out, and we'll do spawn times. So note, let's see, spawn times. There we are. Also print out the note spawn times. That'll help as well. Okay, let's give that a go and see what we get. So if I click on that there, I click on levels here, I click on you here. We go to here, we go to here, we click on you here, we hold down Q. What do we get? We'll go ahead and pause this guy here. Let's take a look. So if I enable you here, it should make it a little bit easier to see. You won't need to see the end of it. We really just only need the beginning of it. So let's see. We have our song position. Currently the song is at 1.3 seconds, and the note should spawn at 1.5 seconds. And the current note spawn time is 3 seconds. And this guy here is where we select. So in this case, if I go back to here to hopefully make it a little bit easier, what we're hoping to see at least for, is this the same? Yeah, okay. So our note spawn time, this is the array of notes that should spawn, the time they should spawn at. Our current note spawn time is the current note that's here, and this note should spawn at time 3.5 seconds. And what our note spawn time here is saying, so this one here, spawn time, is it's taking that travel time and subtracting it. So in reality, our song position is 1.5, but you can see this guy here. So our song position is less, or yeah, it's less than our spawn time. So, hold on. If song position is greater than, oh no, this is fine. This is printing it out before. If song position is greater than, I see. Okay, that's okay. If song position is greater than, if it's not the case, so what we'll do is actually, we'll remove you and we'll put you into here instead. That way we only get it when it says it's greater than. So we'll do that there, and we'll do that there, and then we'll close you here and reopen you here. Let's see what this gives us. Let's take a look inside a book. What do we get? You here, go to you here. We should now only get it, and it's okay, you can't see it. And hi, Yato, welcome in the stream. Welcome in, and oyer, how are you? Hello, welcome in. I'm doing okay. We're right now trying to bug test and having a little bit of a struggle with it, but it's okay, because where there is a bug testing, there is an opportunity to learn. So all in all, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well too. Let me also move this here too, and welcome back, by the way. So let's see here. Our song position and our song spawn time. Since our spawn time is less than our song position, I would think it would remove it and go for the next one here, current note spawn time. Yeah. And it's still, let's see, current note spawn time 2, 2.5, 3. That is right. We can see here 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 5, 6. Hold on. Just double checking. And I do bug testing too on my Minecraft mod. Oh, I would love to mod Minecraft at some point. That is on my to-do list. Maybe a next year sort of New Year's resolution. But I hope you're having fun with modding Minecraft and let's struggle together. I don't know if I enjoy it. I don't know if I want to struggle alongside. But I'm happy to keep you company. Maybe we can make the struggling a little less painful. What I'm curious about is grabbing our spell. If we go to our map here, our map parser, our calibrating map. Yeah, our calibrating map, our table for one map. We do have the table for one JSON, and we also have the table for one map. And yeah, around these parts, we learn from our mistakes and frauds and scams. And is that a struggle bus, I see? All aboard! Choo-choo! Oh boy, let's see here. What do we have? So the data is correct. Our table for one JSON shouldn't have changed either. This 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4 does make sense. And hi, Eric Von Ballastromer. Possibly. That sounded like a butcher, but that's okay. I can certainly try again if you ask me to. But welcome into stream, and thank you for the follow as well. And let's see here. Well, I choose the part of modding I didn't know about at all to start because I love learning the hard way. It's audio. If it's one thing I've learned, audio and syncing up audio and calibrating audio, very painful. Would not recommend. Oh boy, here. And let's see. Why is it when I come back, the first message I see contains the word scam? You just have terrible timing, Banafe. And hi, Latch. Welcome into stream. Welcome back in as well. And lurking again. So what line of Minecraft mods would you make? I would make the magic mods, for example. And I don't remember his name, but I was really into the witchery mod from Minecraft. If any of you remember, it was 1.7.10. But the mod creator made the witchery mod, and they also made a mod in 1.8.1. I think it was like 1.8.12 or 1.8.2. Somewhere along the lines called Intangible. I would want to recreate those mods if you've ever heard of those before. Those are always my favorite, but it couldn't be uploaded to the latest version of Minecraft. So I would want to recreate old mods that I used to enjoy but aren't in later versions of Minecraft. And hi, Ichigo. Welcome into stream as well. Welcome in. And I mean, you already kind of made the first step towards what's a Minecraft modification. Yeah, texture back. Yes, indeed. But programming is a little bit different than making the art. But I would love to, at some point, cover all the topics. So damn. With all of that said, though, I'm just curious. This 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, that does make sense. You can see here, that is what we're getting at the beginning. 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That does make sense. And Ars Nouveau is a new Magic Minecraft mod. That's a lot of fun. I do like it, but it's that thing of there's always very few Magic mods. Not enough, in my opinion. I want lots of them, like tech mods. There's a lot of tech mods, but very few Magic ones. I do vertical layered music in Minecraft. I currently try to see if I can create an Fmod plugin to script and an editor instead of having to do the packaging. Interesting. And slow down, never! That's why, but I have been told that before, indeed. And what are you enjoying most about Minecraft? Building, adventuring, survival, creative? I like adventuring. Build. I like all aspects, really. I like making machines and mechanisms and more whimsy. Exactly, all the whimsy. One of my favorite mods at the moment is create, because there's so many different ways you can make things. So let's see here. Table for one utility. Let me close that guy. You just download massive mod packs full of magic mods and tack mods. Yeah, exactly, yeah. And so I just learned OpenGL. Ooh. I do know OpenGL. I remember it. It sounded scary. I still think it is scary. And audio decoding. Oh, I wish you luck with that one. OpenAO. I feel like OpenGL is a thing. It is a thing, right? A create mod was great until it started getting added to every mod pack. Nah, that's fair enough too. Yeah, you don't want to do too many of the same thing over and over again. A little variety is also nice, which is why I want more Minecraft Magic mods. And I've been told the more you listen to me, the easier it is to understand the speed. But I tend to speak faster when I talk about things I enjoy. And one inspiration why I wanted to become a game developer is because of Minecraft. Minecraft's like my top 3 favorite games of all time. So whenever someone starts talking about Minecraft mods, that's one of the reasons why. And graphics, yeah, that's why I remember now. Yeah, computer stuff. And audio. OpenGL, oh man, API. I remember that word too. Don't like it. And magic bread mode, every spell's a form of bread. I can see it. The thing is, once you're able to create your own things, imagine the power you'll have. And hydrate, sure, Chapel. Hydrate,
the underscore Whitechapel just redeemed hydrate.
And stretch, I suppose. And I like your character. Well, thank you. And welcome in. I do hope you like it out here. All right. Stretching
the underscore Whitechapel just redeemed stream.
We'll start off by going to the left a little bit. And don't worry, YouTube fellow, only 6.4K starters between us and slow down. Say. And I like to do a fan art. Well, I would love if you did a fan art. That would be highly appreciated. And I can see as well. Hold on. If I do the exclamation button of SOCIALS, let's see if it does work. We'll go to the left a little bit. If you do the fan art and you'd like to share it, feel free to at me on my socials as well. We'll go to the left a little bit. Then we'll go to the right a little bit. Then we'll go back a little bit. Slowly now, you don't want to break anything. And then you'll go to the front a little bit. And that'll be a good stretch. Thank you for the redeems, Chapel. It is very important to hydrate and stretch. Alright, with that said, and hi Techman, thank you for the follow, and welcome to stream as well. Welcome to mods. That is one of my favorite topics. I do agree. Attack of the B team, gotta be my favorite. Though Hexit was a classic, an oldie but a goodie as well. So, our calibration guy, we are getting the notes we expect to get. That is good news, but for some reason, something else is off. I don't know if it's maybe the file that changed or the folder or something, and I have no ear anymore. It was the worst audio glitch. Oh, that sounds awful. I remember I used to be afraid of when a texture wouldn't show up in Minecraft and it was just purple and black. That was scary. Stuff of nightmares. And you can't break something that doesn't work already. Exactly. And I made my first Minecraft mod pad and wondered, oh, 1.6.4. That's a classic. And what's happening? Why do you text so fast? Excitement. If I get excited about a topic, my mind tends to go all over the place. As I find fun in it. So let's see here. Print track data. Yeah, we don't need you. You're good to go. You're fine. I'm just wondering, why is it when we do the test, why does it not go to the next guy? You can see here 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. I might have to look at the older code to see if maybe I deleted something I shouldn't have, because we have been messing around with the code in this script, and maybe because we've been messing around with it for calibration, now it's not working for regular, which also could be the case. And my first mod was in 1.7 something. I didn't know what was doing at the time. Oh, I bet! I remember even using MCreator to try and make my mods, but it didn't go well because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was playing a mod made by a friend once, and none of the textures loaded. Oh yeah, purple and black was scary. And you ever use the Axiom mod? Similar to World Edit? Ah, no, I haven't. I didn't really get into World Edit too much. It sounds like a vibe. Oh boy. But no, I haven't ever heard of Axiom, but now you have me curious. So I'll save it to look into later. AXIOM. Thank you for that one. I am curious to see. So let's see here. I'm just not too sure what to do here for now. I thought maybe deleting the first guy would help us, but it doesn't seem to. And do you have a Discord? I do indeed. Exclamation D-I-S-C, hold on, D-I-S-C-O-R-D. There we go, Discord, there you are. You can join the Discord as well. And actually great, you still love playing with World Edit? I see, and licensing, interesting. Yeah, I do know that's one reason I like Godot, because it's open source. So, I'm wondering, if we go to the attempt spawn key guy here, once we do the notes pop front, if we do the notes spawn time, so notes spawn times, notes spawn times dot pop front here, when do we use the notes spawn times at again? We use it, let's see, we use it here when we append and we're refreshing the notes. We use it here when we're clearing, we use it here when we're clearing, we use it when we're clearing. And that seems to be, oh, if notes spawn times is empty, and the notes spawn times front position, hold time, notes length, okie dokie, we'll see about this guy here, and then we'll take a good old look. And so I get to see something? No worries at all, Ichigo. No worries at all one bit. It's basically Blender. Oh, I see. No wonder I've never heard of it before. I know about Blockbench, but I've never heard of that one before, the Axiom one. And welcome into stream, by the way, as a hybrid low. Welcome in. And if you have a server, you need to be whitelisted because it has a commercials license. Yeah, I used to try my best at doing getting servers and stuff, but that also didn't go too well. There was one Aternos, if any of you know of that one, Aternos, that one there, free Minecraft server hoster. And I like, oh, I see. Well, as long as it's not too gory, feel free to share us. I'm very squeamish, so I'm not very much into the gory aspects like with horror and stuff. Saying that though, as long as you add a filter for it, or spoiler filter, you'll see it in the rules too, in the horrors. I do my own self-hosting. I'd love to learn it eventually, but that has to do with a lot of hosting and computer stuff, and I'm not too well versed, but I would like to at some point get better at learning, for example, what all of that means. One day, because I'd like to build my own computer. I think it could be nice, especially if I understand what goes on behind the scenes. Oh boy, self-hosting. So, looking at this guy now, what are we seeing? It is getting pop front now. We have our song position, we have our spawn time, we have our song position, our spawn time. Our song position, if it is greater than our spawn time, then the note should spawn, and we should go to the next note. And the current note spawn time is set to 3. And we have 3 here, and then we have 3.5, 3.5, 4, 4.5. I just might have to mess around with this a little bit more, I think might have to be the case. And I'm mostly just listening and vibing. Well, I'm Claude, and hello. Welcome into stream. Welcome in. And are you the Flash? No, as I said before, I just get very excited about topics, and then my mind just go boom. Saying that, all of that though, I think I'm going to give this a break. I think all in all, something is entirely broken. So I think what I'm going to have to do is after my break, I might just have to build this guy from the ground up because of the way it's working. So we'll do something, we'll do something a little bit fun, maybe you could call it. I will, in a bit, like maybe an hour or so, maybe like 2-ish hours, I will keep working on this today. And if you'd like to join, if you'd like to help out, even if you know a little bit more about rhythm games, you will also be free to join as well. If I go into, let's see, this screen here, and I do a config and forget self-hosting, I don't try to fine-tune things. Oh boy. I'll do an exclamation D-I-S-C-O-R-D. So if you'd like to see me playing around more or trying to see if I can solve the bug, feel free to join the Discord. I'll be in the VC like in a few hours or so. And if you just like to, in general, stay up to date with Necrotype Cafe devlogs and things like that, that's where you could find the latest up-to-date hip and cool things at. With all that said, though, if you're on YouTube, that'll be it for me, and I'm bad at rhythm games, that's all I know. I am moderately decent, I know at least, and we'll have a good one, and I see you, nice trust. Thank you, Tech. Thank you, indeed. I'll need it. Oh boy, will I. If you're on Twitch, consider sticking around. It's always a lot of fun to see if we can raid a fellow Godot game developer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the end screen, and then I'm going to come back. And to all of you who haven't been here before, hello, my name is Arizona. If you couldn't already tell, I'm a game developer, and I do my best to cover all aspects of game development. So not only do I cover programming, I also cover the art of games, and I also try to learn a little bit of music too. I stream from Fridays to Sundays from 1 to 5 p.m. EST, so I'll catch you here again next Friday. We'll be doing more game development and also more pixel art as well, as that is the game art of choice. And okay, stop, please, never. With that said, though, and you learned something today? Yeah, it's always fun to learn things. Slowly but surely, and I can play the guitar, but never transferred to rhythm games. Interesting. I'm learning to play the piano, and I love rhythm games. I have one on my phone that has been removed. I see, and you can use your own songs. Ooh, that sounds like fun. With all that said, though, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for coming. I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, or good night. I hope to see you all next week, as that's a lot of fun. And I hope to see you all soon, all right? And again, stick around. I'm going to go to the end screen, then I'm going to come back, and we're going to do our raid.